Not bad. 3 minutes out from when I said I was going to start. Not bad at all, considering the amount of shit that I have to do for this. Audio sync's going to be a bitch, because... Well, you know what? I'll do it right now. Alright. Audio sync in 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Cool. Give me a sec. I'm gonna go check myself on this one. Which means you guys are gonna hear my audio sync playback. Pause you. Open file. Videos, recordings, and the one from today, right now. Audio sync in 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Give me a sec. 3, 2, 1. I guess... Yeah, audio's delayed a little too much right now. I don't know, maybe like 200 milliseconds? Much. Audio sync in 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. You guys get to see what this is like live now. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope it's definitely an enjoyable experience. I'm sure it's not boring as shit to watch me do audio shit. Sync in 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. I actually fucking nailed it. 200 milliseconds is absolutely perfect. Alright. Who's ready for some music again? Y'all like music? Y'all like when I do the right thing that I usually do on stream? You guys like consistency? Too fucking bad, you don't get it on this channel. Alright, let me see. Music. Tell you what, why don't we open up the 2 Mellow playlist? Get some 2 Mellow jams in here. If it'll let me open all of them.
Are you ready?
Alright, now we're talking. Now we're fucking talking, baby. Okay. So, I'm gonna be a second here. I'm still fixing up a couple things here and there, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the generic copy-paste everything. That, you know, legally required to copy-paste my fucking link in every chat possible. I still hate that, man. I'm not gonna get into it again, but just... I don't know, it just doesn't feel good to me. It feels annoying to me. It feels like... It doesn't even feel like I'm annoying people, it feels like a waste of fucking energy in some cases. But I also know, in this particular case, I want to post in at least one Discord because I know that there's some people who actually enjoy my stream. And I've been talking to them recently, and they do want to, like, catch my streams more, and they never catch them, so I'm going to be posting. I'm going to try to be posting that more. I don't know, the whole effort of having to sit through and, like... Yeah, there we go. There we go. The effort of going through and, like, just copy-pasting everything. Dagoth Law. Good. Welcome, Moon and Star. Actually, if you wanna... I don't know, Walker Pierce, go ahead and type Dagoth in the chat. We gotta test something. I'm just curious. Man, I'm... Dagoth Law's Bizarre Adventure. Oh, is it not triggering? God damn it. I don't know what I did wrong. That should be it, I would think. Hold on, let me look at what some of the other ones are doing. Maybe I should just, like, instead of having it go... Yeah, let's just do that instead, fuck it. Do this, and we'll just, OBS, set media state, and we'll have it set to just play that. And then let me check the action and make sure it's actually set up. Command, anywhere. Cooldown. I don't know, make it like 5 minutes. I don't like these to go off constantly, but it is funny when someone's just talking about something in the chat and they forget about the fucking random thing that I put up ages ago. Yeah, okay, it's enabled. I don't know, this one might be a little bit bugged. I'll mess with it later. If it shows up, try it again in a little while. If it shows up, then okay. If not, then that's okay too. Alright, let me post this shit. I gotta do more shitty edits of things. I'll show you guys one that I did earlier, actually, earlier in the week. Excuse me. Oh, did he show up? Come on, man. He's holding out on us, again. I feel like this feels crooked. It is crooked. I was wondering why that looked so fucking off. The stand itself was crooked. The camera I had actually somehow set up right, despite the fact that it wasn't. Despite the fact that it yeah, smack a Kanye in the face. Yeah, fuck it. I swear, dude, I keep thinking to myself, I should just have like a news segment at the beginning of stream. Like, I really think that would be a fun thing to do on Sundays. Just like talk about like recent news. And then like maybe show a shitpost clip that I have. So, I'll get into what I'm gonna have to say, like my actual like stuff I have to say in a minute. But I hope you're doing alright, Walker Pierce. The man is nuking his career in the funniest, most incendiary way possible. It is funny. I'm also concerned, and I'll get into exactly why in a minute, and it's not because I think I'm worried about Kanye. No, don't worry, that's not really what I'm worried about, although the man's obviously got issues. But we've known that for a while. I think there's like there's a disconnect. I don't know, I'll get into it in a second. I need to do it when I'm not trying to like find the channels that I post my fucking stream in, because they're all labeled differently. Most of them are just self-promotion, but some of them aren't. Yo, sexfine.xyz. Like hot photo of my sister. I hit that post 3 times. Hold on. Am I in live chat? Did it actually post 3 times? Fucking amazing. I have no way to get that out of chat, and I don't want to get it out of chat. It's funnier this way. Oh, it's like an image or some shit. It's like an emote that they're using. Well, I'm glad they figured out a way to get around that spam filter. I've been seeing bots more recently. Oops. Yeah, go ahead and just trash that. It's fine. It can stay up on the list. It can stay up on the in chat. I don't care. You think I get these things monetized? No. I always think that my computer's bugging out when I hear this audio, because I keep hearing the differences in the drum patterns, and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know, game live blogging. Just there's so many fucking channels, and some of them are like private stuff, so I don't really know when and where I want to be posting it, you know? I do like this one Discord server I'm in where the streamer just has everybody post their streams in the same channel that they post their streams in. with the only difference being that they get to ping people for it. Anyway, that's good. Wait, my mandatory $5 an hour employee fee isn't enough to cover your expenses? You know, I don't know, man. For those guys, I guess not. Alright, let me get out of Discord. I think that's everything I have to set up. Chat's set up, I got music running. I actually got my fucking microphone working again. I really don't know what the issue with that is. It's like I just have to disconnect it from OBS. I remember this was an issue before, and I just disconnected the mic from where it is in OBS and then reconnected it to the same source, and it worked fine. I don't know how I feel about this lighting now. Anyway, let's get into the news. Both personal and otherwise. Firstly, hi. You're looking at me out of a new DSLR camera. I have a timer set up in the... That's still getting a little warm. It's not super warm. I have a timer set up because this camera has a 30-minute maximum on the live view function, which is stupid. But also, this was a relatively, I say relatively cheap. It's a pretty damn good camera for the price that I got it at. And I've been wanting to get into DSLRs for a while, and I just haven't had the time or the money, so I finally said fucking bit the bullet last week. And then it took me about let me see. The camera got here in like a day and a half, and then it took me a while to get the right cable in so that I could hook it up. Out with the old Intel webcam? You mean my phone? Anyway, so now we've got this. There's a couple issues I want to work out with it. I think I want to get a longer cable so I can run the cable back through my my desk. For reference, actually I can just do this. Although the focus is going to be a little bit off. So I've got a dummy battery. Here, let me show you guys my setup. So back here, we've got this, which is hooked up to a dummy battery, which leads into the camera itself. So that's what that is, right? And that's all. That's what that pile of cables is mainly. You got the GameCube over here hooked up with a retro tank, which is plugged in over at that power port. There's my light. Here's you guys, a little bit recursively. There's my HDMI splitter. Okay, you would think I would be able to run it through the HDMI splitter, but no, because it's a 4-in, 2-out HDMI splitter. So I can't really do that. GameCube display, obviously, that's where the second out is going. The out is going to the capture card and to that TV. I'd like to, and then there's my other light. Ah, I can see myself. Anyway, that's that. I really like the field of focus on this thing. Actually, I thought that I was gonna need a different lens. I thought I was gonna need like a 35mm prime lens or something, but no, this random zoom lens that comes with the camera actually works perfectly. Yeah, illusion broken. Oh, boo-hoo. I'm sorry. What do you mean you're not sitting in the room with me? Is it just looping? Okay, I don't want to listen to Breakdown Break Up again. This song's a fucking bop if you haven't heard it yet. But yeah, so, I mean, I've been wanting to get a DSLR for a while. I got a little bit into photography when I got it. I'm still messing with stuff. I'm not really doing anything spectacular with it. You could be in the room with me. We don't know that. But yeah, I'm gonna, I want to get a couple more things. I need to get an SD card reader, although this camera does just have a USB plug that you can just plug it into your computer and rip photos off that way. So it's not that big of a deal. I've got a dummy battery. I've got actual batteries. I might want to get another lens. I want to get a longer HDMI cable, even though I just got this one in yesterday. This is a 6-foot cable, and it's still not quite far enough. It reminds me of Super Monkey Ball 2. What, the GameCube menu screen, or what? But I've got a lot of little tech stuff going on, I guess, is the best way to put it. Camera's the big thing, obviously, but I'm like trying to organize a couple more things, and might want to get a new splitter. But ultimately, I think the problem is, as much as I love this desk and I love the storage space that I have on it, I can't put a bunch of hardware on this desk and expect it to function well right now. It'd be too many cables and not enough space. Oh, the music at the beginning. Yeah, a little bit. I can hear it. But I think the big problem is just like, yeah, I can't expect to have... I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I just can't expect to have like that level of like hardware set up right now, because this is not an open space desk, as you guys saw. Like, it's a big desk. Like, it's not... The top isn't bolted in place or anything, but it's got fucking glass in the windows, and it's full wood. Like, it's actual wood. It's not like... It's not fiberboard or anything. No, it's actual wood, and so it's just fucking heavy, and it's just sitting on top. And I'm fine with keeping it that way because I need the storage space, admittedly. Otherwise, I just don't have the storage space and have to shove everything down in the storage room. When, admittedly, I like some of this stuff I like having some of this stuff up here. I wish that the fucking... Okay, I'm swapping this fucker over to manual. Ooh. Alright, let's play with the camera some. It's funny. Oh, let's play with the camera a little bit. Alright, where are we at right now? We're on... Okay. Here. You guys get to see behind the scenes a little bit on this one, because it's funny. Fine, I'll build you a new desk then. Dagoth. Come on, Dagoth work. Dagoth work, man. Work. Do your shit. Man, fuck you. Aperture shouldn't really have too much of an issue here. I mean, like... We don't want it to be too far out, but I don't think it's really going to cause an issue. I don't know how to fix the, like, tint on this, admittedly. Like, I'm not entirely sure. We can put it back in auto mode, I'm just... There's one. Okay, that's no flash, which I guess is kind of the same shit for the moment. I don't know, it's kind of doing its thing. I need to set it up in a manual mode. But I just didn't have the time the past couple days. I got this cable in yesterday, so that was the first time I could really start tinkering with it like this. And unfortunately, I just don't have that. I just didn't have time yesterday. I was busy playing D&D, which leads into the other thing. I want to talk about the fucking D&D game that I played yesterday. So, well, not D&D, it's Pathfinder. Pathfinder First Edition. So, with Pathfinder First Edition, my friends and I haven't played in this campaign since, like, September. It's been one thing after another that's been leaving us not able to play. And I'm okay with that, you know, we realized that. And so we went back in, we started exploring again, we did a couple things for quests, and we ended up on a quest where we had to try and stop a bunch of kobolds from raiding surrounding farms and shit. Because it was, you know, they were like, you know, raiding for food and killing people, and it was bad because kobolds. So we went and we talked with the kobolds, and the kobolds said, yeah, some mites, a little like tiny fucking fey creature, have been raiding us and taking our food, and so we've been forced to take some more drastic measures. And we're like, okay, cool, so if we fix the mite problem, you'll stop raiding the humans. And they said, yeah, sure, why not? And so we went ahead and we knew where the mites were already. So we went to the mites. They were in this giant fucking sycamore tree. We looked around, we found the entrance, and we went in, and we tried to talk with them, and they didn't speak any languages we knew, and immediately started attacking us. Yeah, there's the timer. Someone tell me to hit the camera so it doesn't auto-off. Every 25 minutes that's going to show up, because this camera has a 30-minute auto-off function, which sucks. But there's not really a way around it until I get a cable in, a specific cable, and some, and solder a little bit, because I'm gonna have to strip that cable. It's been over a year since we played a Starfinder campaign. Yeah, I know that feeling, man. It's just, it sucks, but it's what it is. Yeah, whoa. Yeah, uh-oh. It's fine. It's fine. I've been messing with the camera anyway. But every, like, 30 minutes, I'm just gonna have to reach over and hit the camera button, which I'm fine with, because this isn't like it's a professional YouTube recording or, like, professional stream shit or anything. If it was, I would find out some other solutions so we didn't have to worry about that. But for whatever reason, Nikon cameras have a 30-minute auto-off, and there has been somebody who's made an updated firmware patch for some of the cameras, but not for my specific camera, of course. But yeah, so so we've been playing in this Pathfinder campaign where we're like, okay, cool, we just gotta go deal with these mites, and we dug under, they had like a whole like cave system under the tree where they were living, and they had a bunch of like giant insects that they were keeping as pets, and so it was like, okay, cool, we found them, and we tried to talk with them, and they didn't respond, and they tried to attack us, and we went, okay, you know what, we want to try and solve this peacefully. So we like we just started tying them up. We started grabbing them and tying them up because they were fucking pathetic. They were like very easy. They're extremely easy to deal with. So we started just grabbing them and tying them up outside. And we were like, okay, no more are coming out of the tree because they don't know that we're here, or otherwise they're trying to hole up in the tree because they think we're going to come assault them. And I just went, what if we just smoke them out? So I set up a fire in like a pit inside the main entrance in the dirt. And we just smoked the whole fucking place out. They all started running out at us, and eventually it got to the point where we couldn't grab them all and tie them all up. So we just started murdering them because they obviously weren't gonna fucking listen to us. So we have like 5 of the mites tied up outside. We just smoked out the tree. So we basically negated the whole dungeon. We just smoked out the whole fucking tree. All these mites come running out. One of the mites runs back in, and there's like one other one inside. And some fucking insects that we gotta deal with. And so we run back inside, clean out everything, find a kobold, and we're just slaughtering these fucking mites. These guys are watching their friends die. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? How do we end up in this position? So, and eventually we rescue this kobold. We get back some of the stuff that the kobolds had lost due to the mites, and we're like, okay, cool. And we're gonna take the mites that we tied up, and all the stuff that the kobolds left out, and just hand it back to them like nothing happened. Great. Fucking perfect. I wonder if I can mess with the, not the ISO, I want to mess with the, where's the button? This is the problem with auto mode, I can't really adjust anything as it is. I love it when DMs will let you have fun like that. Well, the problem was, he looked at the tree, he looked at the map for the tree, and he was like, there's no other, like, exit for this tree. There's no secondary exit, there's no, like, you know, access hatch or anything for this tree. So they can't get out, and the smoke can't get out. We can actually smoke them out. We just brought the dungeon to us, and guess what? The mites have, the mites have light sensitivity. So we brought them out into broad daylight, and suddenly they can't fucking hit us. I think we got hit like 3 times in that whole dungeon. Mind you, we're still level 1. We got hit like, I think 3 times in that whole dungeon. And it was just laughably easy. Like we almost, that alone, excluding the quests, because we haven't turned in the actual quests yet, was just... That was most of a level for us. That was like over half of a level right there. And so, and just the way that we've set up ourselves, we just end up having exploration be our major thing. Like, we get 25 XP for every tile that we explore, and it takes a day to get there and a day to explore it. So we're just like, alright, cool. Fuck it. Why not? Yeah, I love when DMs will let you have fun with that. When you're a GM... Yes, you have a plot idea in mind. Yes, you built the world and you ultimately get to decide how things play out. However, my philosophy as a GM is always going to be, you make the world and you determine the plots that run through it. But the players are ultimately the ones who get to determine their own story. It is a collaborative storytelling effort. If you make the setting, the players make the actual, the players make the story, you know? Little did you know you've been replaced by him, the Nick, yeah. Yeah, the world is for the players to have fun in, exactly. You should be having fun. The players should have fun however they determine that is what they want to be doing. In some cases, it's something quite stupid. Like in our case, smoking out a fucking tree. Or a bunch of mites under a tree. But, you know, it's nice. It's nice. And this is the first time I've actually been keeping, like, a proper, like... my friend got us all... He got us little booklets for keeping track of, like, quest stuff and XP and all this other stuff. And yeah, I usually keep track of that on my character sheet to some extent, but I've never kept, like, extensive quest notes before. So this is the first time I'm doing that. And he made, like, little art on top of all our stuff. So, like, my character is a witch, so he made a Baba Yaga hut. Also, trying to build a witch properly is so fucking hard. Hey, he said power. He said it. He said the word. I'm so glad that worked. Oh, you know what probably part of the fucking issue is with the Dagoth Earth thing now? No, it's all on here. I'll show you guys. I love it. It's so stupid. Maybe I have the smoothness up too high. What if I turn the smoothness down some? There we go. Yeah, it's a Dagoth Earth scare. It's just a little jump scare because it's funny. The problem becomes trying to set it up in a way so that the key doesn't show through really hard, and I don't think that there's a good way to do that, admittedly. Reveal yourself, Dagoth. I think that's good. I think we're just gonna have to leave it at that. Yeah, I don't know why he isn't showing up. Did I capitalize it? Or is it looking for a capitalization and I don't have it set up for that? Just try that. Just add a capitalization. That way if anybody says Dagoth or, well, Dagoth is what it's looking for. That way if we say Dagoth Wave or something, he's shy, yeah. It's okay. He can be a little shy. Anyway, I'm fairly happy with how the camera's working out so far, at least. Obviously, I've got to mess with it because I need to set up a manual mode on it for stream. Because this is obviously, like, I don't mind this, but the problem is it's constantly, yeah, the auto-adjust. The auto-adjust is killing me, dude. I hate this. Like, it's trying to adjust every fucking frame, and that's bad. I'm tempted to mess with it on stream. I'll try to do it later, yeah. It's all good. Well, here, why don't we just, see if I can set up the tripod real quick, and then I can fuck with the buttons. You know what? No. Here. I can do this here. You guys can look at yourselves for a minute. Maybe. I don't know. The problem is I gotta see the back of the camera. Okay, yeah, so the ISO is in auto mode, but I don't want it to be in auto mode. I want to do manual, but I don't know why there's this fucking yellow tint on the on it when I'm doing manual. Can I mess with the ISO? Because the thing is, you want low ISO when you're doing this sort of stuff, okay? Because high ISO is going to introduce blur. It looks like a sepia tone filter, but it's not. This is the manual mode. Bump the camera? Yeah, I'm bumping the camera, don't worry. This camera is fucking bumping. .iso. If I could set it up so that the bot, like, I could have the bot read chat and be like, yep, change the ISO to this. Honestly, I would do that. maybe for a couple streams, but ultimately, no, I don't have that. But the nice part about this is that if I get another stand, I can have my phone set up as a camera too, and I can have that one set up over Wi-Fi. Yeah, the signal is not going to be very good, but that's okay. I think in this case, I think that's perfectly fine. Change ISO and white balance. One has to go through the menus. Oh, this is a white balance issue. Okay, that should be easy to fix then. Here. Where's the white balance? That's not direct sunlight, it's incandescent. I think that looks color accurate. Or at least more accurate. Yeah, more accurate than that. Much better. Fucking hell. Well, hell, if I can adjust it like this, then fuck it. We're good. We ball. Is that what the kids say? Fuck it, we ball. Because this way it's not going to be constantly trying to fucking autofocus. That's the wrong button. I wanted to hit the autofocus button. So that it doesn't autofocus, because it's a toggle for some reason. And now I'm very out of focus. But you can see the background. Dude, I love this. I realized, so, I've been talking with my therapist a little bit recently, and I realized my microphone's bent in the wrong direction. I've been talking with my therapist a little bit recently. And, I was just sitting here, I was sitting talking with him, and I was like, I don't know if I really enjoy the things I do anymore. And so, like, this week I actually sat down and just tried to enjoy things. You know, I tried to enjoy hobbies where I'm like, yeah, I thought that I would have enjoyed this more. And I think the problem is I just get so caught up in the idea of what am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? You know, what's the next big productive thing I want to do? Like, even when I'm at work, I'm just like, okay, cool, I want to go home. And I think that that's a normal thought process to have, admittedly. But, you know, even when I'm like, okay, cool, let me play Morrowind for a little bit, I'm like, well, I gotta sleep in, like, an hour. Yeah, apathy's a thing, and it's just, you get too involved in, like, I need to be doing this and this and this, and it's like, no, I just fucking enjoy the thing you're doing. I took pictures of the Christmas tree with my new camera, and I got so fucking excited because I realized that our fireplace, so we have a fireplace, it's a electrical one, with like a little like fake flame effect that goes up in it, and my mom has it set to glow purple, and the tree has the sort of incandescent bulb look to it. It's obviously LEDs, but they have an incandescent bulb like filter on them. And so I just sat there and took pictures of the tree, and it was later at night. I was gonna try and take night shots, but unfortunately there's just not enough light out here at night for me to be able to do anything as far as photos go. I can mess with it more later, but also it was just cold and I wanted to come in. So I was feeling kind of bad about that, and I was like, let me take photos of the Christmas tree. I sat and took photos, and I realized that the fireplace and the Christmas tree are on opposite sides of the, I can pull up the image, actually, I have it on here now. I realized the fire and the Christmas tree were on opposite sides of the room, and they were creating this really cool lighting effect. Yeah, I know, long exposure times and all that, and I was playing with that, but ultimately, there's just no fucking light out here, dude. It's just dark. The only light out here was the moon, and it was at, like, a crescent. And so I tried to take moon pictures, and they were kind of blurry. But, let me see if I can load some stuff here. Hold on, let me set up a fucking slideshow, actually. We can do this for a minute. Image slideshow. Manual, transition, cut, don't loop. Image files, and we're just gonna add a directory. I'll just show you guys all the images that I took this week and during the night shoot testing. And these are really... I like how it started with the last one for some reason. So here's, I'll put it behind the overlay, I guess. Wario World is looking really different these days. It really fucking is, man. It really is. Anyway, I just want to like talk about this stuff because I'm thinking about it now, you know? I don't know, we'll sit in the corner here. So I mean, like, you look through this, alright, cool. So these were some of the night shots that I took. Here. You guys can just kinda... Yeah, I know the aspect ratio isn't exactly what you'd expect. But yeah, look at this. So we got this is just a night shot. This is me trying to take decent photos of the moon, and unfortunately, it's hard, man. Oh, it's just randomizing them, the fuck? I don't want randomized playback, but I don't see an option to turn it off, so okay. We're just gonna keep looking through these, I guess. So this was the fireplace thing. I was trying some different exposure settings, and ultimately, it was really hard to get one that looked good. Yeah, the soft edges. I don't know how to deal with the soft edges in this case. Because there's not enough light out there, and I don't understand enough about how the camera works to really fuck with it that much. Even with super long exposure times, it was just really hard. It was also slightly cloudy, so I think that was like a fog or a haze over it. But anyway, this was actually a kind of nice shot, or a couple shots here. There was one I think that looked a little bit better, where I was just taking photos of stuff around the house. Why is it only showing those? Hold up. No, it does look cool. It's just not what I was going for, which is why I kept it, obviously. Hold up, let me just add files directly, because obviously this isn't showing me the things I want it to show. It's just not showing the files. That's bizarre. Okay, we'll try this a different way. Here, let me pull up the Christmas tree shot. Because I should have both the JPEGs and the RAW files here. I don't know why it wouldn't be showing them. It's just not showing them. It's saying that file is empty, which is wrong. I don't know what the fuck I just pulled up. But yeah, like, just barely, like, I'm just barely learning how to do all this shit. I'm, like, sitting here, like, doing research on, like, how to mess with the ISO versus the shutter speed versus the aperture. Why is it not pulling up any of these? Maybe it's just having trouble loading them? What if I just sit in here for a second? I don't know. It's just not loading them for some reason. Weird. Oh, here. Ow. I just fucking hurt my ears. Because VLC decided to start playing through the wrong audio source again. And then immediately bug out and stop working. Thank you, VLC. You're very good at that. There we fucking go. I still can't hear it, though, because I think that, there we go. I don't know. Sometimes audio is just fuck you. Because whenever my monitor, whenever I change the input on my monitor goes, hey, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Or rather, my PC, like, audio goes like, hey, look, I see new audio files. That's not right. That can't be right. Here, let me, make sure we're on the right thing here. Yeah. Yeah, let's head over here. There we go. Except, oh, right. Because, this is a new source. Yeah, you go in here. How about that Jarlic? Alright, we gotta leave the Jarlic alone. It's a funny joke, yes. But I'm not doing it. Oh shit, I still have that. That doesn't even go in there. Remove that. I like that I'm moving away from web-based sources, admittedly. It's nice. It's nice to not have to worry about that. Oh, you know what the problem is? No, that doesn't need to get fixed in here. That needs to get fixed in the webcam frame. Shit, okay. Again, this is what happens when I get a cable last night and literally didn't even have time to fucking fix anything this morning. Because I was busy playing Pathfinder till like 10 p.m. last night. Like, I went over to the guy's house and we played till 6 p.m. and then one of the guys had to go, and we came back and then did more Pathfinder because we wanted to finish up the dungeon. Like, it was silly. Okay, there we go. Garlic jelly? That sounds worse somehow. Just use the old camera. I don't have it set up, is the problem. It's my phone. It's in my pocket. Well, it was in my pocket. It's over here now. And I would have had to set it up on the same mount, is the other thing. But now we're fixed. Now we're good. It's just like, it takes 2 seconds to fix this stuff. It's just stuff that I hadn't noticed before. Anyway, here, pictures. I'll just pull them up myself. So this one wasn't that good. You want to see a fucking banger shot that I did not intentionally take? Look at this shit. That's a fucking album cover. That's a goddamn album cover right there. I just accidentally upped everything way too much and then knocked and like smacked the camera by accident while I was on like a 15 it was a gigantic fucking delay on the shutter time. It was just way too goddamn long. Looks like you're going to Crisis City, Jimbo. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Anyway, so I finally started to tune in where I needed to be to get shots. I almost like this one, but I wish that there was a little bit more ambient light in the background here that I could see. Yeah, like this one. Because you want to be able to see the tree line here. Or at least I did. This was too much for me, admittedly. And then I just kept going, because that looks kind of cool, actually. There's a lot of clarity there, which I wouldn't have expected. I don't know, maybe we start making photo shoots a part of, like, the weekly roundup. I'll try and do, like, a photo shoot a week or something. This was when I went back inside. I was like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. I was gonna stop for the night, but I was like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Let me take a couple photos in here. And I really liked the lighting on this. I tried it with the flash on. I did not like it at all. I think it looked terrible. I don't like using flash if I can help it in situations where it is more natural light-based. So here's the Christmas tree. Tell me that isn't the coolest goddamn effect on the ceiling right there. And these are a little blurry. Either because I knocked it while the shutter was open, or just because, I don't know, high ISO values in a couple cases. But like, look at this shit, dude. Look at this. I love this. This was that moment that I had where I was like, I actually do enjoy photography when I get to do stuff like this, because I'm noticing things about areas that I hadn't noticed before. Yeah, the fucking wave light, it looks so cool. Especially when you've got this to, like, contrast it. This was me trying a couple different angles, and these got really fuzzy, and it was a high ISO, and I didn't really care for these. What else we got? I got a couple close-ups of the tree. Funny enough, the first one was probably the best, because the rest of them got kind of blurry, either out of focus, or just... Because I think this was the point where I stopped using the tripod. So I was, like, trying to keep the camera steady, but it's hard to keep the camera steady. Yeah. Auto off button. Literally, you just have to hit A button on the camera. It doesn't matter what button. And there is a solution for that. It involves basically hooking up a remote shutter button, and then like stripping the cable and hooking two things together so that the autofocus is always working, or at least the button the half press. And then you just decouple the autofocus function from the half press, and then put it onto a different button on the camera. This one I wish turned out better, but ultimately I was trying to I was directly under the tree trying to look up. High ISO onto low ISO. Yeah, exactly. See, look, Here's your fucking difference shot right there. That was either way too... I think this was a high... I think this was a really long shutter. Or yeah, really long. I think it wasn't... I don't think it was a shutter time. I think this might have been an aperture. No, because it's blurry, so it was probably the shutter. So this was a longer shutter time versus the lower shutter time with a slightly higher ISO. And then I tried a couple different shots on that idea. I like this shot, actually. I kind of wish I had it focus on the lower level rather than the upper one. Yeah, there we go. I did take that one. I'm fucking smart. Every time I look at a shot, I'm like, yeah, but I wish I'd taken it with the other end of the closer end focus rather than the farther end. And lo and behold, every fucking time I do that because I realize that's what I want. These are cute. This is our family's stockings. We still do stocking stuffers in a way. Most of the time, it's just my mom throwing stuff in. And I was trying to... I realized there wasn't enough light in here. I took a bunch of photos before I had lights in here, and then I brought one of my studio lights out. And hooked that up to try and take a better shot. And then I realized that direct light was way too much fucking light, so I flipped it around the other way. And this is still blurry. I had some trouble with keeping things steady, but I think that this looks fine. Camera, hit David so he doesn't fall asleep. I don't know, man. I'm a sleepy boy. This is me trying that same idea again. I think this one came out better because I was just focusing higher on the tree. I don't know what about this one gets me. I tried to do a vertical shot, and it was very much not lined up right because I was trying to use the tripod, which does tilt like that. But it wasn't 90 degree lined up perfectly at all. And this is a much brighter shot of the same thing. Which I actually kind of like better, honestly. I took so many photos of the goddamn fireplace by itself trying to get it to work right. There's some plants in front of it, which are what those are. I went back and tried to do a couple more shots just to make sure that I got that because I really wanted to keep that. This particular, like, photo and angle. I just thought it was really good. And then I took some photos of the plants that kind of sucked, honestly. And then here's the last couple bits that I took. Remove everything. Remove the whole directory, all of it. All of my personal files. Yes, good job, Walker Pierce. I took a while, because the autofocus kept kicking in and I didn't know how to turn it off at that point. I took a while trying to tune in the focus here so that the focus was the washing machine in the back. Ironically, I think one of the best ones for that is probably the first photo. Or like maybe this one. But I don't know, I just wanted to get a couple photos around the house for tests and stuff with low light scenarios. And I think that those turned out great. And then this was the day that I got the camera. Which, by the way, I did get a microphone for it, too. It's not a particularly amazing microphone, but it is a shotgun mic. It's a short shotgun mic that just goes on the hot shoe on the top of the camera, so... I'm getting better at remembering my commands and syntax. I'm glad that I'm helping, Walker Pierce. This is a couple photos from around the house. This is a little birdhouse. This is a replica of, I think, my dad's childhood home. Or it might be my great-grandmother's childhood home. I don't remember which. But this was found when my great-grandmother died, and they cleaned out her house. They found this thing, and my dad ended up taking it home and fixing it up. And it was like a half-built birdhouse, and he finished it up. And it's honestly holding up pretty well, because it's probably 10, 15 years old at this point. It still looks pretty decent for what it is. It's a big birdhouse, too. Like, there's so many fucking holes in this thing. You can have all sorts of birds living in here. There's the trash pile. That just sort of sits there until we feel like burning it, and then all the rats and mice that were in there living in it run out. No offense to them. I guess sometimes we just want to have bonfires, and that's just what it does. This was me messing around with some of the manual stuff before I really knew what I was doing. I think this one turned out well. Admittedly. Part of the problem, though, is that when I want to go shoot, okay, cool, I work a 9-to-5 job. And it's the middle of winter. Well, it's not the middle of winter, it's the middle of fall, but we're at the point of the year where there's the least amount of sunlight. Right? Which means that by the time I get up and go to work, it's like when I get up and go to work, it's dark. When I come home from work, it's dark. So I have to learn how to do things in low late, or else I just don't get to shoot except on the weekends. And any other days that I have off. This was just, I don't know what exactly happened here. I was definitely in manual mode and just not really knowing what I was doing. You found a half-built house, right? You could call it a halfway house. No. I like this shot, actually. This is a good vibe. Like, if you full screen this and just had the music playing in the background right now, good vibe. Spooky trees. Yeah, a little bit spooky trees. This is just a really shitty picture of the fucking greenhouse. This is a picture of the ground in front of the greenhouse. There's my shadow looking like fucking Slender Man. There's another shot I liked. I think I like this one better because it was zoomed out more. I think this is just a nice, like, little view of some of the backyard. And we do own all the, like, a lot of the woods going back this way. That way is a neighbor's house, but I don't think anybody really gives a shit anymore. Just nobody goes back there. This was a trellis that I didn't get in focus. Yeah, this is where we, this is where my dogs are buried, both of them. Well, my mom's dog, Sunshine, golden retriever, who died a couple months after we moved out here. And Sadie, who died about 4 years ago. At this point, that's wild to think about. But they're buried right around this trellis here. Slenderman's lesser-known brother, Thick Man. There you go. I don't know why I took this photo. I think I just wanted to take more photos when I was up near the hot tub. Really shitty, blurry photo. That's a little more in focus. I was having trouble because I was using the viewfinder. And I'm just like, I have a hard time seeing if things are in focus through the viewfinder, honestly. Coca-Cola ad. I wanted to mess with focus more. Look at that. If I turn the ISO down a little bit, that'd be a really nice picture. Although I think that the noise almost makes it look like a film grain. So I think that actually looks kind of decent. This was me messing around with some of the effects that they have on the camera, which I'm probably just not going to be using. If I want to do that sort of thing, I'll do it in post. I like this photo, honestly. And I just started wandering around in the woods a little bit. Found this stump. Where's the good one that I got? I like this one, but there's also, you can see the light on the camera lens. You can see the lens flares. I'm actually getting lens flares in real life. I almost always put them on shit because it's funny, but, you know. I don't know. I think this was an old mulberry tree that we had. This is, like, edge of the property. I like this was more just, like, I like the focus difference between, like, even just the moss, or the whatever simple plant thing this is on the front of the tree, and then even on the sides of the tree, you can see it start to, like, the focus start to blur out a little bit. And yeah, I've been live almost an hour and we're not playing Wario. So sorry to anybody who's been looking for that. But hey, I've been excited. I've been excited about this for like a week and a half now, okay? And it's been nice. And I'm mad that I can't spend more time. I'm mad that I don't have more time to spend taking photos of things. Anyway. I also took this, like, 30-minute, or, like, not 30-minute, like, probably a 2-minute long video of just the property. Anyway, I'll tell you what, now that I'm done yelling about pictures and how much I like pictures and I like funny camera things, you guys want to play some Wario World? I'm not in a rush today, in case anybody couldn't tell. I'm not in a rush. Date and time. Well, goddamn, you got it right. This thing's fucking battery is still working. Well, you kinda got it right. What, the 4th? Yeah, December 4th, 2022. For the record, I don't keep this thing plugged in. Like, when it's done, I take it off the desk, I unplug everything. So the battery's still working on this thing. It's not 10:36, it's what, 11? It's 10:57. Not too far off, honestly. Considering I don't think I've ever adjusted this thing's clock, at least not since I was little. Anyway, I know it's been kind of slow getting into it. Don't worry, we're gonna finish a Wario World. We're gonna finish a world today. We're gonna finish a Wario World. So, yeah, it's a big vibe today. Playing Starfinder as what's essentially a 5e character is one of the funniest things I've done in D&D. That does sound like a good time. Yahoo! Woohoo! Alright, let's get into it. We did Funny Spooky Castle, now we get Wario's Winter Wonderland. Maybe I should have saved this for Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. I like Wario's voice in this. Charles Martinet did a great job on Wario's voice. For being the first one that would have high quality audio samples, because it's on DVD, this is great. What was this called? Thrillville? Isn't that a game series? Of some kind? All the little Christmas trees have, well, not all of them. Just that one. They have it has a Wario symbol on it. Huh. Okay, there's a yellow button. And the red chest. Hey. I don't know, just all the noises that Wario makes in this game are like top-notch. And the frame rate drops, those are also top-notch. Oh no. I like how I'm like stressing them out. They're like, everyone else is all hyper sci-fi or an alien, and I'm just here being a tall dwarf who prefers analog and old school tech. I like the idea of like the analog tech guy, like the retro dude, you know? There we go. The angler mangler's weak spot hangs from his noggin. Don't bother punching its face. Attack its buddy, the barrel buster, by smacking him in the head when he pokes his head out. If you could just force it into the air. If only. This is a good vibe. I love this game's music. I don't know why. Maybe it's just like the saxophone MIDI track. But yeah, Walker Pierce, the idea... I love taking like weird characters and playing them. Like, my character... Okay, so Pathfinder, anybody who's never played Pathfinder before, I'm playing a witch, which is effectively the same as, like, you get a warlock in 5th edition. So it's somebody who's made a deal, not necessarily even a deal, but they've contacted, like, some otherworldly patron of theirs that is granting them magical power. It's granting them magical power. And the way that it's doing that depends, but ultimately it's wow! It's granting the magical power. And so mine, I have, I think my patron was, like, Portents or something like that. Like, that was the spell school that I ended up picking. And so it's, like, you know, foretelling the future and things like that. None of the spells are that interesting, but I like the flavor of it. So I also have, like, shit for stats, for the record. Like, I got terrible rolls, and my GM is going basically by the book, so we have, like...
oh my god!
My GM... Thank you. My GM is just going by the book, and so it's, like, very basic, like, you know, roll 3d6 and add them together, and that's your scores. And I got terrible scores in almost every... Well, not terrible, but I didn't get anything that was, like, standout great. So my intelligence score is currently, a 13, I think. as a witch, which sucks for anybody who knows Pathfinder because you're basically the person who casts all the saver suck spells. So you need a high intelligence so you have a high save DC. And I just don't have that. Oh shit, I missed that. I just don't have that. And so I'm thinking of like, alright, how do I do things in other ways? And so, because I have such shit stats, one of the first things that I did was go, okay, well if I can't hit enemies with Saver Suck spells, why don't I hit allies with stuff like Fortune and, you know, like hexes that I can use that aren't debilitating but actually help my allies, because they're not gonna, I don't have to worry about AC or save DCs if they're just gonna accept the help, you know? So that's sort of where I've ended up building into, is just the idea of like, alright, cool, I'm gonna take a bunch of divination stuff. Like, I'm still gonna be a utility character, basically. But I'm gonna take some probably divination stuff and some enchantment stuff, like I would. And I'm still gonna have a couple of offensive spells. I'm gonna have stuff like Ear-Piercing Scream and stuff like that. But I think that I want to go more into the, I want to go more into a different aspect of the character, in the sense that I want to try and do a witch that's necessarily a little bit more helpful. So, like, I've got Cauldron as my first hex. And I've got Fortune as my second, and then when we hit second level, because I took extra hex as a feat, I think. So when I take extra hex as a feat, I'm going to take, or rather, when I get my second hex, or my third hex at second level, what I'm probably going to take is, what's it called? Cackle, so that I can keep extending the Fortune buff. Stuff like that. I'm gonna try and help everybody, because ultimately I just don't have the fucking capacity to, like, do a bunch of Saver Suck spells right now without building my character and using a ton of feats to do that, you know? I'm gonna need more hexes. I'm gonna need debilitating hexes, yes. I'm gonna need more debilitating hexes, but I'm also gonna need to just have more, we got some Toho shit in here. But ultimately I'm gonna need to, like, have a higher save DC, or have a higher save DC, and I can't get that right now, like, really. There we go. So I don't know if this character's gonna last the whole campaign, but if it does, I think I got a plan that works. Cauldron, you throw a large cauldron at enemies or allies. 3d6 uses strength. No, Cauldron lets me make potions. Like I said, utility character. I can get a bunch of spells that I know how to cast and make potions for them. And that's gonna be what I'm gonna have to do, I think. Oh, how did that miss? How did that hit? Oh, come on. Have a rotten day. I can't fucking roll my R's. The first time I try to roll R's anytime during the day, I can't roll them. We're just gonna stick with the ground pound. It's like the most consistent way to deal with this shit. Muscle Wizard. Honestly, if I have to roll another character, I don't know what I'm going to roll. I was thinking about a Magus at some point. If I can get a Magus working, yeah, sure, maybe I roll Muscle Wizard because it's funny. Or maybe I roll a Rogue because we don't have anybody in the party that has intelligence, or has wisdom, rather. We don't have anybody in the party that has high wisdom, and we're playing Kingmaker, which is kind of heavily survival dependent early on. God damn it. I missed the trophy. I love Muscle Wizard. I love Clam Wizard, man. It's my favorite. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. They just keep reskinning the same enemy style. This is where you start to notice the game being kind of goofy. Like, it's just, okay, cool, you've got your basic flying enemies. You've got your basic flying enemies. You've got your big ground enemies that have a club, but when you beat them, they drop onto all fours and charge at you. You've got your basic ground enemies. You've got these turtle dudes. You've got, the medium-sized dudes that are basically just used for super move fodder. Pile driver. Oh, neat. They're fucking platforms. That's cool. Gotcha. That's cool. See, look. Now we're talking. New mechanics. Or at least kind of new mechanics. It's something that you can explore and find out, like, through the gameplay, though, which I love. But yeah, I don't know. Pathfinder is a whole new, like, level of thing for me, so I'm not that used to it. Like, Pathfinder is just a whole new level of, like... Yeah, I've never... Well, I played 3.5e once when I was very young. But I didn't really know what I was doing. So, like, learning how to do, like... Learning all of the possible options that you have to build is, like, it's overwhelming sometimes, but it's not bad. You know? I think it's the best way I can put it. So, like, you know, playing Pathfinder in the 3.5e style of, like, here's how many options you have, and they give you, like, hundreds of fucking options, because of course they do. I think it just takes a while to really get used to, especially just because you need to familiarize yourself with so much. Oh, come on. God damn it. Of course they don't show up. I need to take one of you down this way. But that being said, I'm enjoying it still. It's not like I'm not enjoying it. I'm actually having a pretty good time, like, learning how to play everything right. Okay. No. I think that one needs to keep going. That needs to be there. I think that'll work. I really like these little areas. The music that plays during them is really good too, but also it's just like... It's overall very comfy. And I think that everything that you do during it is pretty intuitive. It's just, okay, cool, go get the crystal. However the fuck you're gonna do that. That was something else I was looking into this week. I found some websites that do that have a lot of the hardware for doing mods for GameCubes and such. And I wanted to do it. I thought about doing it for GameCube. I thought about getting some GameCube mods, like the controller port mod, which is pretty easy. I just haven't done it. I would like to do it. But ultimately, I think I want to mod my Dreamcast, which means I'm going to have to get a GDEMU or a clone. You're not very good at your job, huh, bud? Now come over here. Yeah, but ultimately, I think I'd like to mod my Dreamcast first. Yeah, someone tell me at the camera. This is why we got that. This is why I put that timer on there. Because otherwise, we were going to be kind of fucked on this one. Oh, for a sec I was like, please don't tell me that the little dude is on the moving platform. At least you don't lose health or anything during this. Alright, we'll be a little greedy. As a treat. There's that momentum again. Beware the Faddingtons on the narrow roads, Wario. If they bounce you, you'll fall. It's probably safest if you can knock them unconscious before trying to get past them. I'd love a perk called Muscle Over Mind or Brain Muscle that would allow them to make intelligence checks using strength instead. I mean, there's a witch, whatever the name of the subclasses are. I forget anymore. Archetypes. There's a witch archetype that's called, what is it? I forget the name of it, but it lets you use Constitution as your casting stat, which just means you get to be big fucking chunky wizard. It's not necessarily muscle wizard, but it's pretty damn close. That was a hitbox. Wario just abusing animals. Wario abusing animals in an attempt to get more money and get his shit back. Did I get the... I'm missing like everything in this fucking level. Including just hitting wrong angles. Oh no. This is the level that's gonna take a while. And that's okay. Yeah, I love how I'm, like, stressing them out with this. It's like, oh, these ghosts are trying to, like, take all your money. Yeah, they are trying to do that, but they're also pretty fucking bad at it. Most of the time, they're just stressed out because you keep fucking hitting things and they explode. Filled with one-way areas. Yeah, no, I understand why you would hate this. I saw it as soon as I went down that ramp back there. It's all one-way areas. So you have to go back through the whole level every time you want to do anything. Again, this isn't even a problem that I have with ice levels. This is just a problem that I have with one-way shit, you know? I'm cool with ice levels. Or if the level's short, that's fine. But ultimately, all the levels in this game are kind of the same length. Roughly. Except for the boss levels, obviously. Yeah, you have to loop back from the end every time you miss a jump. Yep, and I didn't even see half of the shit that I should have been looking for, so... Just kind of fuck there. I like these icicles, though. It's a really neat concept. Oh, and then the spawners spit out spikes occasionally. I'm just gonna go try and hit all the buttons. I'm gonna try and hit all the buttons on this run. Oop. He spawned directly into me and immediately knocked me off the fucking cliff. Yeah, I don't have an issue with any of the enemies in this level. Or anything, but like... the level design itself is not very good. I can totally understand why you don't like this. Oh, if you ground pound in the snow, it actually, like, gets you stuck. Wouldn't have expected that, honestly. Not that it's not a good mechanic or anything, I just, you know, wouldn't have thought of that as a mechanic. Did I hit every single crate in there before I hit the one that I wanted? Can I deal with these guys at all? Probably not. Icicles. Also, that's like a stock, like, glass breaking sound effect that they were using. Nothing wrong with it, just... not what I expected, I guess. I probably gotta drop down from up there for this one. I don't know, though. Oh, no, we're good. They make you look like 2 new enemy types in one level? Oh, slow down, slow down. I was just bitching that they kept using the same enemy types everywhere, but nope, they're doing new things. Yeah, if you clear it once, there might be something useful at the start when you return. Yeah, good thing that they introduced that mechanic in this level where they basically force you to do that anyway. Oh good, I forced the despawn because this game's spawn mechanics are a little goofy. Alright, well there's something. What's down here? Just another way around to do something. Keep moving through the level, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I like the level. I like the music. You have to stun the fat guy before picking him up? Yeah, I figured. Is this the point where I stop trying to 100% the game? I don't know, maybe. Maybe I do this off stream. Depends on how long I really want to run today. They really like putting the wall switches for now, huh? Give me my shit back. Let me in. It's cold out here. I don't want to be out here anymore. No, Wario's fine. He's tubby. He's got some meat on his bones. He'll be fine. Hey. Okay. I love that you can stun lock these guys. Something about that's just really funny to me. Yeah, the aesthetics of this level are great. I do love, like, ice levels, especially in, like, early 3D. Well, this isn't necessarily early 3D, but this sort of, like, 2000s-ish era. You know, when I was growing up, I feel like a lot of the ice levels, like, late 90s, early 2000s, I feel like a lot of the ice levels had a really good vibe to them, you know? Like, this sort of halcyon idea of, like, you know, this perfectly clear blue ice, or this, like, you know, stuff like this. Like, there's these reflections and, like, screen space changes here. Get the fuck out of here. Yeet. Mid 3D? Yeah, pretty much. It's a good way of putting it. Make sure I didn't miss anything in this little mess. Nah, I think we're good. I like them falling in and then hovering for a second. I don't know why, but that gets me. Yeah, and all these, like, concepts for this sort of stuff, they're all pretty decent overall. Like, all the little mini-games areas, I think they look pretty great overall. Like, I think that they're fun concepts and that they don't take a ton of time. They don't take a ton of time to understand. I think is the big thing too. They're very intuitive. Yeah, we're getting fucking Pizza Tower next month. First of all, it's December. Holy shit. Secondly, Pizza Tower next month. Very excited. Yeah, I'm excited. For anybody who doesn't know, Pizza Tower is a it's a Wario Land style game. Like it basically what if somebody else made Wario Land without the same like assets. And honestly, it's fucking great. Like I played the demo ages ago, a couple years ago when it came out initially, and I'm very excited to be playing the new version. I'm very excited to be playing the full release version. I probably won't pick it up on release, but I will probably pick it up shortly after release. It just drops him out of your grip. He just explodes and stops existing. And another angler, because of course we have to have mini bosses. It's a pretty long level, overall. I think Anton Blast is planned for next year. I don't know that one, unfortunately. I'm not familiar with it. I tell you what, though, seeing Pizza Tower get big makes me very excited for seeing Pizza Tower get released. Honestly, makes me a little bit more excited for messing around with some. Well, that and a couple other things. What else released? Super Kiwi 64, I think, released earlier this week, or last week, rather. Or it might have been on Friday, I don't remember. But that one's exciting. God damn it. Super Kiwi 64 released last week, which is another kind of like goofy looking platformer that I'm excited for. Definitely more 64 style graphics, hence the name. But I don't know. I've got a stream or two that I want to do. I might do one on like Christmas Eve or something. Just some good old platformer vibes. I don't know though. I might make it a different theme. I might do something else. Or maybe I just don't do anything. I have no idea. I love streaming, but unfortunately, you know, other shit happens. Life happens. And honestly, I've got some other creative efforts that I really want to work on too. Obviously, I've got my new camera. I've been really motivated recently. I've been finding a lot of new streamers. I've been finding a lot of new streamers who I've really been enjoying watching, but they've been having a lot of questions about technical stuff that, like, it's very difficult to answer technical questions about streaming on stream and help them fix shit on stream. Yep, there's another one. Oh, no. A very Kerbo Christmas. I didn't watch that. That's Terminal Montage put out a new Kirby video for Christmas. I didn't see that. Somebody linked me that earlier this week. And I really kind of wanted to check it out, and I just haven't because, honestly, a lot of Terminal Montage's stuff just doesn't appeal to me super heavily. Not that I think he does bad work or anything. It's not really my sense of humor sometimes. Alright. In here. But yeah, very Kerbo Christmas looked very funny. This is where the camera angles are, like, so fucking useful. Whee! At least this doesn't really lose you any health unless you get hit by the spikes. Repeat of last year, how the streams go. We're just gonna 1-for-1 repeat every stream I did last year, including the ones that pissed me off. Starting with a blind playthrough DMC1 on December 24th. Yep. The fucking screen locked. I just got blasted with fucking music. Ow. Can you guys still hear the game? Because I can't hear the game anymore. This is why I just need to turn, like, the lock on off. I need it to not, like, I need the screen to not turn off. Don't start the screensaver, don't turn off the fucking monitor, nothing. Okay, cool, you can still hear the game at least, so that's good. I can't. But give me a second. There we go. I just got blasted with fucking music. Camera's good. Camera's good. Camera's on a different timer. The winter windster in front of the goal will try to attack from midair. But if you stick something in one of those magma holes, magma might shoot out. One more thing, don't look at its eyes when they turn red. It's Medusa. All right. See, like, I really just like these little mini-game segments. Normally, I kind of hate some games that try and introduce a ton of mini-games at once. Even, like, I grew up playing Spyro 3, right? So, like, you would think that I would hate minigame segments. But no, I actually like them a lot. The problem is, they tend to get overused. And they tend to be, like, not very good, honestly, a lot of the time. This is what I do in my free time. Wario, how you feeling, bud? Yeah, the Windows 98 Maze screensaver. I had a Windows 98 computer at some point, I'm sure, but I'm not super intimately familiar with it. Medusa. It's just Medusa, but he's got sunglasses. It's a male version of Medusa with sunglasses on. And that's it. That's the whole character. Alright, let's try this shit again. We're missing a lot. I'm missing one of the boxes, which is towards the beginning. I'm not missing anything directly at the beginning. I don't think I'm missing anything in this area. Unless the game just decides to be a fucking cunt. Ah. So that slide section, I don't think I'm missing anything on. And if I am, then I'm missing the whatever garbage fairy shit. I don't know. I don't remember what their names are anymore. That's how you get around the bear chest. Just make Medusa. Yeah. Yeah, easy. So we did go up here. Actually, you know what? Carry me up. Get me. No, not like that. Oh, no. He's a bro. Yeah, he's a dude bro. That's my boy. I've watched speedruns of this game before, and I can't remember what they look like anymore. It was ages and ages and ages ago. Who designed this place? This is like Thrillsville is the name of it, right? That would imply that it's some sort of like theme park. Need a shake, bro? I bought extra. Yeah. Actually, you know what? After this, I might go get a fucking shake, because there's it's more of like a health shake place, but honestly, I just kind of want some, like, fruit right now. And we have fruit here, but I don't feel like going to make my own. Okay, yeah, that was my bad. Yeah, so now you have to go all the way back to the end of the level. And then hope that you get the fucking thing, because there's no fast travel here. So I get the annoyance there. I'm honestly not that annoyed. But I also definitely missed some shit, so... I missed the blue switch entirely. Yeah, spot me, bro. Honestly, though, if you're ever doing weights at the gym, please do have somebody spot you. Be safe. Dagoth wave. Man, he just doesn't want to show up. He's too good for us. Well, he thinks he's too good for us. Let's be real, man. Dagother is a real fucking homie. He knows what he's about. Where's the blue switch? It's probably in a weird spot that I'm just missing. It might be on the slopes, I don't know. Oh. Hey, look at that. I should have something set up that just plays Dagoth Wave, huh? I have no idea how that one works. We're gonna try it again. I just hit a box and then immediately fucked it up. Is this the shell game? No, it's a memory game. Well, he's a god. Shame on you, Davavar. No. Davavar. Fucking terrible. Nah, Dagother is a real homie. I still need to play through some more Morrowind. I played a little bit this week, but honestly, I said it on, I said it earlier this week, but the antibiotics I was taking just fucking wore me out so bad. I'm finally done with that antibiotics course, so I think I'll be fine. But, like, that really fucking wore me out. Alright, well, we can get the green one at least. And we got an extra crystal. So that's all the later game stuff. I guess it's in that first segment somewhere. And we're just missing some of the crystals. The crystals. Maybe one of these days I'll try and pick up a speedrun game again. I've been thinking about it on and off, and, like, I just don't know if I have that, like, level of commitment to anything right now. You know? Like, speedrunning, people don't think about it that much, but speedrunning, yeah, the reason that these people are so skilled at those games is because they spend hundreds, if not thousands of hours playing those games. Yeah, I don't think we're missing anything past here, so I think it's all in that, like, first segment, and maybe a little bit on the slopes here, because I think we're missing one of the, we're missing one of the trophies. I like this level theme, though. It's just like, what if we put, like, a ski park up here? It's a cute idea. I don't remember where I want to be here. Okay. I don't want to go off the first ramp here. I want to go off the second one. Yep. Okay, so I need to be way in the front there for that one. Got it. Okay, that's easy enough. Woo! Yeah, camera. Admittedly, I don't know how I feel about the camera frame rate feels weird. Maybe that's because I was fucking with the shutter speed. I have no idea. If I don't know what the max shutter speed for the live view is. I think it's it's either 30 or 60. If it's 30, that's cool. I just need to know that. Ah. It's a bit of an ordeal for him to show up with all the fire and war. Oh, true. Yeah, I forgot about that. He's got a whole lot of shit going on, you know. Busy man and all that. Wario, no, don't do that. Wonder if there's something, like, behind one of these. I'm gonna listen for audio cues a little bit harder. Merry Christmas, everybody, by the way. Whoa, a fourth new enemy type? No, I saw those guys earlier. They are adding some enemies. I know I was giving them shit earlier for just using the same enemy types over and over again, and they are for like basic combat, but they're at least adding some sort of, I don't want to call it a puzzle element, I think it's giving a bit of too much credit, but they're adding something. Like, it's not completely, it's not just a dearth of new content and new enemy types. Okay, that's what that noise is. I was like, what the fuck is that sound? What is that jumping sound? Because if it was like a creature, that'd be a whole other thing. Oh, it is on the back one, okay. They got me. They got me. Don't know why I thought it was on the front one there. And I bet that blue switch is up top over there. This level is a slog to 100%. It is, but we're already 100%ing the rest of the game, so I'm gonna do it. And it's honestly not that bad. Okay, you figure each level in this game takes what? 20, 30 minutes to 100% usually. If this takes 40 or 50, whatever. Yeah, it is double the normal level time that you would want, but it's fine. Especially considering I'm doing this shit blind. Like, I don't know where anything is in this game. I had some vague idea of the mechanics, and I played through Greenhorn Forest probably twice. That's about all I've really done in this game. I like the little skiing dudes, though. They're funny. I thought this was a different one than what it was. I was wrong. I didn't think the slope was that early after. I thought that there was another thing. Because I can't remember this shit, man. One of the things that you learn with streaming is that you can't really rely on your brain. Like, a lot of the time, you can't rely on your brain. Because there's so much shit going on that you, like, lose the ability to have short-term memory sometimes. Good news is actually running through the level doesn't take very long. I missed it. Alright, we get to do it again. I've never been in here. Well, we found probably where the blue shit is, at least. Oh, okay. No, you can just keep chilling, dude. We're good. found probably where the couple things that we were missing were. Because this is definitely new territory. You know what this saxophone MIDI reminds me of? It reminds me of the Super Mario Sunshine soundtrack. Like that same sort of sound to it. Maybe not the exact same MIDI instrument, but very similar ones. Give me that. But yeah, I mean, if we're role-playing as Wario, there's no way to do this other than 100%ing the game, you know? Like, it's Wario. Of course he's gonna fucking be greedy and try and get everything in the game. He's gonna get everything he can get his grubby little hands on. Okay, so you just want to come up on the side and just ledge grab all of them? Okay. They're placed in the ice caves that are too high to jump to. Look for the icicle mites. Yeah. Already got that one, Chief, but thank you. Wario would give Gerard a run for his money. That's true, he would. An actual run, like you would race him if that meant that he could get the money. He would then cheat in said race. Hey, but we can't forget about Wario's great rival, Wurgil. One of the stupidest words that's ever come out of my mouth. Just Wurgil. Okay, so we hit the button and we know that the blue one's down here. Somewhere. Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix on Christmas Eve. I don't have the mat, nor do I have the game. I've never played DDR Mario Mix. Hell, the only DDR I ever owned was one of the ones on the Wii. It was okay. I don't know how I managed that, but I did it. Urgel. Alright, so that's all the treasures done, so we just gotta get the little health up trophy thingies. And we're good, I think. Yeah. So for this last one, we want to be on the front. How many are we missing? Okay, just the two on the slopes. Cool, so we know where everything is now. The closest I have to an upside down V. Fair. I had a wrong button there. You know what game I was seeing somebody... What the fuck is the name of it? There's a horror game that came out recently. Oh, come on, you cunt. There's a horror game that came out very recently, and I forget the name of it now, but, I saw somebody playing it, and it's like a third-person, sort of like Dead Spacey, it looked like. A third-person sort of survival horror style game with, like, you know, guns and all that stuff. And I saw somebody playing it, and they... it looked like they were playing a fucking Devil May Cry game, or, like, Gungrave or something. Like, it looked like they were playing a beat-em-up. I was just watching these guys... I'm gonna grab an extra garlic just in case I eat shit. Make it 2. But it looked like they were playing Gungrave or something, because they were just beating the fuck out of these NPCs. Like, these enemies would come up, and they looked, like, horrifying, and I'm just sitting there like, wow, that's actually kind of a scary-looking enemy. And this dude just runs up. Yeah, Callisto Protocol, that's what I'm thinking of. This dude just, like, fucking... It's like, alright, cool, enemy. Wow, that looks kind of scary. Shotgun it. Throw it against the wall with some sort of fucking psychic bullshit. I don't know. Immediately shoot it. Chained punch it into the wall repeatedly and then end it with a finisher to the face and just knock its head off. I was just like, what the fuck? You're chaining this thing for, like, forever, too. It was actually nuts to look at. It was really funny. Oh, come on, you cunt. Alright. Give me back there. Put me back. I'm ready, boy. Fucking get it. At least there's nothing on this slope. This is just the portent for things to come. No, as soon as I saw that first slope, I was like, I see. I see why this could be annoying. Yeah, but the other thing with the Callisto Protocol is I've noticed, I'm gonna focus on this. Here's the pitch. Hey. And it's a hole-in-one. And again, I ended up here somehow. Consume my pantaloons, father. So the thing with the Callisto Protocol, though, that I noticed is if you read their terms of service, they can ban you from the game for playing the game in an unintended way. Like, that's a part of their, like, terms of service for playing the game. Which I've never seen in a contract like that before. Like, a terms of service contract. It just... That's just mind-boggling to me, because apparently somebody has been banned for basically just doing that because it's funny. I don't know if there's... I don't know... Yeah, it's not okay. It's weird and shitty. Which is why I wouldn't pick that game up. But... It's very odd. Like, I don't understand why you would want something like that. Like, I understand that the developers have an intent of a way to play through a game, and I can understand being kind of upset even when players, you know, circumvent the way that you intended to play the game. But me, as a, like, if I was a developer, like, I love when people take things in unintended routes and do their own thing with it. Because it's fucking, it's an interactive media piece, you know? That's what interactive media does. Hey, let's fucking go! But yeah, that's just how interactive media works. Like, I don't really understand the thought process of, hey, you're not playing the game that we intended, the way that we intended, so we can just ban you. That just doesn't make sense to me. It's very bizarre to see that, and I don't like seeing that. It's this idea that you can only enjoy things in a certain way. And I think that that's not the case for anything, ever. Admittedly. You know? That's a creepy looking thing. Hey, it is kind of Medusa, huh? Okay, that is now my favorite thing. Okay, you're just too high up to do that. I am not looking. I will simply not look at you. And you cannot do anything about it. Well, now. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see. The rocks actually cause, like, volcanic, like, explosions. I know this was explained to me, but that was, like, 30 minutes ago, and I wasn't paying that much attention. I don't think you have to suplex the orbs into lava. I think you just need to put them in the lava. Oop. Goodbye, bud. Yeah, I think that they just go off after a little bit. And why do you keep dropping orbs if you know that they're going to hurt you? Come on, Wario, you can do better than that. It's actually a pretty well thought out fight overall. I kind of like it. I will not look at you. I am ignoring you actively. Get fucked, idiot. Oh no, now I can't grab him. That sucks. And the orb is just floating there. Come on, man, you gotta drop your rocks a little bit closer, you know? The neat concept. Tiny legs Medusa. Yeah, the tiny legs are really what gets me. It's a giant head, and it can, like, breathe ice breath and do all sorts of crazy shit. It can shoot, like, laser beams that, like, freeze you. And what's he doing with it? Jack shit. But he's got tiny little legs, and it's funny. Get him, bud. Or do that. That's cool, too. The Medusa thing feels tacked on, kinda. If I'm talking about design here. Like, this is a giant, like, ice demon thingy. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I really need to be able to taunt. I'm gonna win. Go fuck yourself. I make more money in a day than you do in a week. My name is Elon Musk. No. What's up? What's up, Revere?
Oh my god!
Wah! Alright, we got the full statue. We're done with that level. Talking with another streamer. I was saying, I woke up, so I went to sleep on, I think it was Friday night, or no, it was Thursday night. I went to bed, I came back home, I took a nap, I was like, alright, cool, I'll be up, you know, in like an hour. Set an alarm for an hour, the alarm woke me out of, like, stage 4 REM sleep, and I was so disoriented for, like, an hour and a half. I could not fucking do anything. It was the most that I could do to, like, get up and pay attention enough to get my, or to get some, like, food. How'd your arm get so big, Wario? You know. It works out. See, when Wario actually says, I'm going to Ween, he's actually talking about Ween the band. Like, he's gonna go see Ween. He has an issue saying that for some reason. That sounds miserable. It's bad, dude. December 1st, yes, that day. Because that was the day that I had to go into the office. For the record, I work from home. I know I talk about this a lot, but I work from home 3 days a week and go in 2 days a week. Because my boss wants me to go in 2 days a week. Because he appreciates having people in the office to work with him, and I can understand that. And honestly, yeah, sometimes it is helpful to be in the office. Oh, I see. You gotta fucking... Okay. See, this is good. This is reusing old mechanics, and it's still bringing in new ones. Who? No, this game's great. The more I sit here and look at the more, I'm just like, this game is good. Oh, you gotta pound it. Okay. Well, we gotta pound some fucking plants. Don't take that out of context. I'm kidding, you can. I don't care. I've said worse things on the channel. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Kanye, did we? We like made a vague attempt to and then just stopped. I'm guessing this is the way to like the rest of the level. Who's Kanye? Yeah, exactly. Walker Pierce brought him up at the beginning of stream, and I was like, yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. God damn it. Fucking... Okay. I don't know how to turn off the screen lock on this fucking computer. Hold up. Let me fix this real quick. I will fix the screen lock after stream. I swear. Yee. Yeah, Yee West. He's a character. He's not somebody who anybody should really give a shit about anymore. Bump the camera. You're saying it at times when I don't need to bump the camera. The camera's fine right now. I don't need to bump it. We're good. There we go. I heard you around here somewhere. Knock down the fruit of the tree freaks. Careful there. Fruit has thorns. Pound the ground to jostle them and then grab them. Okay, you can just ground pound those. Got it. But yeah, that's a mess. The whole mess with Yi. For the record, I don't give a flying fuck about him. I never really have. He's been a character that exists, and that's about as far as I can really take it. So, I don't know, this whole mess, I'm just like, alright, cool. Have fun. Apparently all the Kanye West fan, like, fan groups on, like, different websites, like on Twitter and, Reddit have just started making the groups about entirely separate matters. Because they're just like, okay, this got weird. For anybody who doesn't know, the context is Alex Jones brought on Kanye West to talk about his views, and Kanye West basically just said live on TV on Alex Jones' show that he thinks Hitler, he appreciates Hitler and thinks that he was a good person and a role model, and Alex Jones tried to bring him on and tried to like clarify that that's not what he means. He went, no, that's what I mean. So for anybody who's wondering, Alex Jones is, that's what he's been dealing with, I guess. And the thing with this is that I'm not gonna get into it. Long story short, that's what happened, yeah. Alex Jones seems, yeah, more put together. That being said, I think the problem is that Alex Jones, I think he's not horrified that Kanye said it. I think he's horrified that he said it out loud. You know? I don't know how to deal with these fruit things. They can't grab them, right? I don't remember what they said to me either, which is the problem. Shake the ground to change the direction of the fruit tossed out by the three freaks. Yeah, very, very smart. I don't know, grab when flipped over. It wasn't letting me. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet they didn't put a wall here? No, they did. Okay. I wanted to call him out for it, but you know what? Credit to him. Also, hey, Vortica, how you doing? Oh, this is like a pattern thing, isn't it? Where you can fuck yourself. There we go. I still think Alex is very funny. Bad takes and opinions. I agree that he's funny. I don't want to support him simply because supporting him... There are people who take him seriously, unfortunately, and there's a lot of them. I don't know. Anybody who... It's hard to really, like, put into words how I feel about this. And better, but hopefully will improve as the day goes on. How's Wario World? It's a great time. We just spent way too fucking long in an ice level. We're gonna try and finish up World 3, so we got this level and the next one. Which is just gonna be a boss, and I don't know, maybe I'll go a little bit longer today. I spent a while just sitting talking about... I got a new camera. I'll flip over to that in a second, actually. The guy's amount of charisma in the worst way possible. Yeah, because he's so confident in his opinions, which are very obviously not okay. This game's very fun for what it is. It's a good little exploration romp. If you can get it working on emulator, I would recommend that because the game itself is kind of expensive. There wasn't a very high production of this game. All right, there we go. There we go. It wouldn't let me grab them before. Still missed. Yeah, it's a very good description for Alex Jones. Alex Jones is a very charismatic man. It's Gaston from fucking Beauty and the Beast. There we go. How much time do you want to think it took to program, like, okay, yeah, it needs to be, like, oh, at least it's only one hit. Like, when Wario ground pound, they have to move in a specific direction, rather than just having them shake randomly. But yeah, Wario World's great. I'll tell you what, let me swap on over, finish what I was saying in a second ago. Also, my music's probably not working. Please get on the right track. Ow. Sorry. Anybody who heard that. Properties. Default. There we go. Yeah, just keep it on the fucking default. What am I doing? Anyway, I got a new camera. Hi. You're looking at me from the new camera. It's a DSLR. Admittedly, so the reason why you saw that notification pop up earlier for the auto off on the camera is because this camera has an auto off of 30 minutes on the live view, and there's no way around that. There's firmware updates for some other cameras in the same line, but not for this camera. And I have to use a hardware hack to do it, but I don't have the stuff for the hardware hack right now. Programming competent platformers is, yeah. Because it's not just about, okay, did you program the game and did you give it physics? It's no, you need to fine-tune those physics down to the point where the game feels good to play. Whatever that might mean for that game. You know? TV camera. I thought about getting a camcorder, but honestly, with my setup the way it is right now, I don't have space. I was talking about this earlier. I don't have space for all this hardware. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing all right. I hope you're all having a good time. But yeah, like my setup right now, this big cabinet sits overhead. Okay, it's not bolted on or anything to the desk, but it's a part of the desk, and I have a lot of stuff stored up here. I cannot afford right now, because I don't have enough space in the rest of my room to put another piece of storage equipment. So instead of having everything on my desk like I would, like with a bunch of desk clamps or anything, I'm stuck with what I've got, you know. I got a clamp over here, I got a floor desk, I got a floor lamp over there, I don't have any space behind the desk, and I don't have anything that I can really clamp to on the desk aside from the sides of the desk. Build a bigger room? Yeah, if I could. Trust me. When I move out, I'm probably getting a new desk and a couple other things that are going to make this so much more manageable for me. But for the moment, we're here. Well, thank you, Vortic. I appreciate the compliment on my stream. I've been working on this for years at this point, so I'm happy with where it is at the moment. There's some things that I do want to clean up, but there's admittedly not a ton. Almost everything on this stream I have made myself, sans the music and the games, obviously. You said power, man. You said power. It brings him out every fucking time. L-shaped desk, reigns supreme. I had an L-shaped desk for a while. And I liked it, but the problem was it was just kind of cheaply made and not very wide or like deep. There wasn't a good depth to the desk. Yeah, it gets him every time. It's so funny. It's so funny when I'm just looking and I'm like, I see somebody say something in the chat and they're just like, yeah, I haven't had a whole lot of motivation recently, and then fucking Virgil pops up. It's great. Wario Land VB. If I could get a Virtual Boy, sure. And I know that I think there's emulators, but I haven't used one. I haven't tested it at all. But yeah, Wario Land's a great game, or Wario World and WarioWare is a good game. I don't like WarioWare as much. I don't like the WarioWare series as much. Not that they're bad by any means. Yeah, the absolute fucking lad. There is a timer on that, so you won't be able to activate it again for like 5 minutes or so, I think. But yeah, with like all my stream stuff, there's some stuff that I want to improve for sure, but ultimately it comes down to space. If I had enough space, if I could get an L-shaped desk that was deeper than the one that I had and didn't feel as cheaply made, yeah, absolutely. But I actually got this desk. I did not buy this desk. This desk was getting thrown out. My dad picked it up and brought it home because it was getting thrown out, and he was like, hey, I know you're looking for your new desk. Did you want one? Did you want this one? And he like described it to me over the phone, and I really was not awake enough to understand what the fuck he was actually saying. But he said, I was just like, yeah, sure, fuck it, bring it home. And he brought it home and we set it up, and I was like, this is really nice actually, because it gives me overhead cabinet space, which I need, but I also need space for all of my stream stuff. So like I would need, you know, I don't necessarily like having, I don't mind the clamp that I have now, but you can see over here, my camera, or my microphone rather, is hooked up via a clamp. But I would rather have that on a floor stand or something behind and just bring it over, like over the top, but ultimately I can't do that. There's a lot of little stuff I want to do on this stream, and I just can't right now, and that's okay. We'll get there. Hanger stream and stuff with fishing line from the ceiling. You know, I actually did think about something similar to that, not with fishing line, but there's actually, for studio stuff, there's a piece of hardware that's effectively like a curtain hanger, like a shower hanger rod, where it's like the flexible, like the extendable like shower hanger rods, and it's super sturdy. It can hold like 100 pounds of equipment or something, and you just hang it from the ceiling and then hang everything off of that, and it's on a slide then. But I ultimately decided against doing that, simply because I'm still living with my parents. I'm still in my parents' house. When I move out, I'm hoping to immediately be able to buy my own place, but God knows when that's going to be. And then I'll be able to set up my own room however I like. I'll get my own desk, you know, I'll spend whatever money on it. I've already got a bunch of the equipment that I need. I just need to reset things up in a way that works. Probably move my actual desktop off the floor and onto the desk, so that I don't have as many cables running through the like 3 ports that I have. Like the 3 drill holes that I have, excuse me, in this desk. But yeah, so I don't know. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of stuff that I want to do with this stream, and there's a lot of stuff that I think I will be able to do soon with the technology that I have. I'm using a new bot that I've been setting up for a while that can read off chat. It doesn't have the best YouTube API coverage, so I'm hoping that that gets fixed soon. I'm also running off of Linux, which makes things a little bit more difficult because a lot of the stuff that's developed for streamers is developed for Windows or in some cases Mac. So I'm sort of working around that. I know that there's a way to get Stream Decks working now, so maybe I'll get a Stream Deck set up at some point. Right now, everything's just on whatever I got. I can't even use hotkeys in some cases because it just makes OBS crash for some reason. And I still haven't figured that one out. I should really post a ticket for that. Hey, you know what we can do? I can do this. Anyway. Anyway. Yeah, I've been very excited. It's first stream with the new camera. I think it's working pretty well. I just have a little pop-up reminder every 25 minutes to remind me to actually pop up the the camera and hit the camera to make sure it doesn't turn off. Because otherwise, you guys are gonna see this, which nobody really wants to see that. I don't think. Can't imagine that's particularly interesting. I do have to say, the camera's getting a little bit hot, but I've got a dummy battery in there that's been helping with a lot of the... I have a dummy battery in there, in the camera. So basically, it's just an AC adapter that's hooked up to the battery. That's been helping a lot with the heat. Because if you try and just run this straight off a camera, one, you're on a camera battery. The fuck is this? Oh, do you have to, like, move the... Okay. No, that's not it. I don't understand this one. Oh, I see. You used a bomb to set off the fucking... Okay. I was like, what is happening here? There we go. Oh, what's kind of cool. I don't know, there's a lot of, like, neat stuff that I can do with streaming, but, like, ultimately, I like what I have right now, because I'm not relying on stream elements or anything like that. This is all set up on my own computer. It's all locally done, which means as soon as my computer sees the fucking chat, that's it. I've got it, you know? Like, as soon as my computer sees the YouTube chat, it is in a log on my computer that I can mess with, although I usually don't, because I don't have good commands set up for it yet. I've got, obviously, the OBS control that I can do through the program, so the bot can read messages in the chat and say, oh, that one said fucking power, time to play Virgil. And I'm pretty happy with my overlays. I know I was talking a little while ago about, not really liking some of my overlays because I wanted to change some stuff, and that's still true to some extent, but I think I fixed the one or two things that were genuinely bugging me. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at right now. And then I can focus on making stuff for other streamers. People who I appreciate. Like Lumilora over on Twitch. I made her a stinger transition because she got a new overlays done, and I was thinking about it. I was just like, why doesn't she have a good stinger? And I was just like, I just offered. I was like, I don't care. Like, fucking pro bono. I don't care about, like, getting money off of this or anything. I just do it because I think that people... I want to see streamers do well, especially since she's going for partner. She's pushing really hard for partner right now. I also can't do shoutouts for some reason on here yet, and that's a technical limitation more than anything. It's a nuisance of a technical limitation, but it is a technical limitation that I can't really deal with at the moment. Hopefully soon I'll be able to do Twitch shoutouts at least. Maybe YouTube shoutouts if I feel like doing a bit more effort on the coding end, but I doubt it. I took a lot of damage from that tree thing. I think that was his name, wasn't it? It was just tree thing. I don't know why, but this, like, specific, like, area with, like, the textures and not necessarily the music, obviously, but the textures and the colors really reminds me of, like, Monster Hunter GU for some reason. Just very, like, vibrant greens and, like, kind of shitty looking textures. Not bad, but just a little bit wacky looking. And look at that, the encounters are actually getting a little bit difficult now. Wah. Wah! Yeah, it looks very GameCube. This is like peak GameCube. Best way I can think to put it. Okay. Yeah, especially these areas. This is like big Super Monkey Ball vibes. Which, by the way, in case nobody knows, in case you guys don't know, the Yakuza game creator, like the director for the first couple Yakuza games and still works in the series, is the guy who made Super Monkey Ball. He decided he didn't want to make that sort of game anymore because he didn't think it appealed to anybody. He didn't want to make baby game. He wanted to make big, mean action game, and I think he did a good job either way. But like, what a weird series for, because I know that Super Monkey Ball fans are fucking like, they love that game, and it's great. It's a good game. But it is funny to watch him be like, to watch this dude just be like, nobody wants to play these fucking baby games anymore. It doesn't play both of them at the same time, Walker Pierce. Yeah, that's why the minigames are so good.
Oh my god!
It's very, like, stripped down, basic sort of stuff, but it's not like, it still looks polished. It still looks like not like an early 3D game. Yeah, that's why yeah. I love I love this game overall. 2 is really good. Super Monkey Ball 2 is a fucking amazing game. There's a I have a really old YouTube video where I just invited over some of my friends and we all played Super Monkey Ball 2 because one of them's really good at it. Well, not really good, but he can beat the game. Better than me. Put it that way. You should play Super Monkey Ball Adventure. I've never heard of it. Oh, you fucker. That's annoying. Well, I can't use these guys because they just don't work. I like that there's just a metal plate in the terrain. What's with these magnets? Oh, wait, can we, Yeah, okay. See, look, that's good. That's intuitive. I'll lend you my copy. I wouldn't sweat it, man. I'm sure I can find a copy. Use these nuts. I need to put these nuts on here. Honestly. Okay. That's going. Oh, you know what? I need to sync it up right. Because otherwise it's gonna be fucked. I think that'll work. Inspirobot. I think there's a bunch of stuff I can do, especially I have a 3D model of Fogglewoop, the little bot that I use. I have a 3D model of Fogglewoop. I don't use him because I don't really know enough about Blender to be able to animate properly. Like, he's rigged and everything. So I should really get around to doing that at some point. I think that'd be fun. Yeah, make little, like, goofy animations I can just overlay. The monstrous magnets do more than just get anywhere, you know? Yeah, what can magnets do? At least they give you the hint there just in case you didn't get it. So I can bring one of the magnets back here. A little bit too high there, Wario. I guess that's all that's up here. Yeah, no, it'd be great. I would love to do that. I don't know enough about Blender, and to be honest, I have way too many creative pursuits as it is, and honestly, half the time I just end up... I was talking with my therapist about it this week. I wasn't really feeling like I was enjoying things, you know? You know, a lot of the music, and it turns out I just really needed to switch, a change of pace and a change of music. I'm Still working on that utility. Yeah, I mean, if you can get that utility set up, man, if you can figure out a way to do it, let me know. Happy to add it in once you get it set up. Or if you want to set it up yourself. Just give me a heads up that you're using it so I know what's going on. I don't need to know what it does. I just need to know that you're using it. But yeah, this game's great. It's just a comfy little vibe. And we're actually going to go for 3 hours today. Oh, this is giving me sandbird anxiety again. Yeah. Ronald's becoming a VTuber. No. For a couple reasons. I don't think that VTuber is like a bad word or anything, but I've seen so many fucking issues that VTubers have had, and honestly, I'm kind of sick of looking at them. Not that they're bad. I love the designs. I think they're phenomenal. I think everybody who puts effort into them is great. But, like, I keep seeing stupid fucking drama about it, and Twitter keeps trying to show me, like, nothing but, like, popular VTubers that, like, generally just kind of radiate horny energy, and I'm just like, I don't need that. I mean, yeah, you could go for, like, the JPEG or the PNG tuber stuff. No, I really don't want to do that. It's just not my vibe, you know? This is Wario Survival. Oh, I'm fucked. Come on, Wario. At least falling like that doesn't actually reduce the amount of health you have. And it resets this back to the same animation every time. I'm assuming that's supposed to be that's how Snuffy made her entire career from what I've heard. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. I get tired of it. First of all, Twitter's a fucking cesspool. Just straight up. Twitter's a fucking cesspool, and that's where a lot of your promotion for stuff like VTubers is gonna be, because that's social media platforms. What the fuck did this one say? The bases of cliffs sure do seem suspicious. That's true. That's true. But I don't know. Yeah, Twitter's a pit. It got worse a few years ago, but it's always been not very good. But yeah, I don't know. Wario is a unit. He is an absolute fucking unit. Look at this man. Peak male performance. What was I saying? Right, so like all the VTuber stuff, like, I don't know. I've run into some issues with like stupid VTuber drama before, and I see it all the time, and I understand people have a passion about it. And I totally get having that passion about it, because honestly, it is really cool. The ability to be able to just make a, like, little character that can animate and, like, you can express yourself as is fucking great. I love it. However, there's so much drama surrounding a lot of them, and I get so tired of seeing and hearing about it. Good job, Wario. Proud of you. Okay. Good thing I didn't need that one, I guess. Okay, now how am I gonna hit that one? Auto off. Yeah, I like that I have that there. I could set it up as like a personal reminder or something, but no, I think this is better. I'm just gonna... Nope, missed it. There's gotta be a way to do that, and I have no clue what. Maybe I can just toss the magnet? in a way that doesn't make it immediately eat shit. Or get stuck to the wall. Punch it while falling. That's what I was thinking. No, that works. I'm a fucking genius. I am a genius. Look at that. I literally did it and then jumped wrong. I need to jump good. Wait, no, the green one was down there. Fuck. I still need to go down here. I was like, where's the green panel? I know where that is. Drake, where's the door hole? I should just set up like a meme folder or something I could just pull a bunch of memes out of for this. I feel like that'd be fun for everybody. I think the problem would be like, maybe I just set up a channel on the Discord, or like y'all can throw them in like the suggestion box or something for like clips that you want me to add in. What will 2023's theme be? Did we have a theme for last year? Because I don't fucking remember. This year it seemed to be, honestly, if you want me to be honest, it seemed to be, learning. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes you do the wrong thing, but hey man, you gotta keep learning from it. DOS RTSs. Yeah, how was your stream yesterday, Revere? I watched most of it. You beat Doom. Congrats. I hope you had fun with it. You beat Doom 93. We'll beat Doom 94 later. I'm sure. I was afraid that was gonna happen. DMC and Bayonetta. Well, we didn't beat Bayonetta. So, I mean, we can always do more Bayonetta. I still have yet to beat Bayonetta 2, but ultimately, I think this year, I don't know. I like DMC and Bayonetta. I'm okay with sticking with them. Yeah, the snipe. Yeah, man, I was glad to come by. Like I was saying, haven't seen you guys start streaming and like all the little issues that you're running into, and it's stuff that I see every fucking time. It's not. You're not doing anything wrong. Straight up, it's just hard to manage all this shit. It just kind of makes me want to make more, like, guides. And I've thought about writing them up before. And just do it. I was going to make videos on it, honestly. But, like, Vortica mentioned last night potentially writing one up. Just offhand. And honestly, that might not be a bad idea either. I feel like it's a lot easier with video so that you can really understand what's going on. But... at the same time, yeah. I could totally see like doing a stream, or doing like just a text guide too, because there's not that many text guides out there from what I'm aware of. Took us 11 months to finish Super Paper Mario. That's because we just stopped playing it. Because unfortunately, time is a bitch, and planning is a bitch, and Luke and I's schedules don't always line up, even though... Luke, for the record, I don't live near many people. Anybody who's never been in, or hasn't been in the stream that much before, I don't live near many people. I have probably 3 or 4 friends that I could say, hey, you want to stream with me, or you want to record a game with me? Luke lives 15 minutes away from me, and he's one of the closest. The only one that's closer being Richard, who lives about 2 minutes up the road by car. There aren't. Yeah, as far as text guides, most of my stream troubleshooting has been looking at old forums. Yeah, old forums, honestly, like, they're not the best. If you're on OBS, thankfully, the OBS forums are pretty complete for the most part, unless you're looking at Linux like I am, because I'm running everything on Linux, which is both a blessing and a curse. I like Linux a lot after using it for a year, but man, you gotta fix all your own shit. And sometimes it's just not possible to fix your own shit because nobody programmed it to be fixable. How's the Maryland crab doing? Oh, the Maryland crab's doing fine. He's just chilling in the bay. You know how it goes. He's feeling a lot better recently. The cold weather's kind of brought himself back to his senses. Try running. No, I'm not running Gentoo. Fuck you. That's somehow worse than just running it on Arch. I don't know how, but it is. I love this running joke. Yeah, the Maryland Crab is good. The Maryland Crab is both a good joke, and he's doing alright. You know, he says hi every once in a while. He comes up out of the bay. My main deal is my mic clipping. Okay. Yeah, so, as someone who works with audio a lot. Okay, so if you're on OBS, I'll go through this one right now. Okay. I don't know what mic setup you have. I don't know if you have an XLR mic or a USB mic, but ultimately it's the same process regardless. You want your gain, so you have to do proper gain staging, which if you work in audio, I don't know if you would actually know what that is, but I know what that is. So let me fucking, let's do a little stream tutorial. XLR, alright, cool. So, I don't know if you have a gain control on your mic, most likely not, but whatever you're on your audio interface, you want that shit as low as possible for the most part. Are you telling me you don't like having to write all your programs and drivers? No, actually, that's not what I like about Linux at all. That's the shit part. Yeah, so as far as peaking, the big problem... So there's a couple things. For one, I'm actually peaking a little bit right now. Because I had my mic up for a different reason earlier. Probably just because I was speaking quieter. But so you want your, gain stage properly firstly. So, XLR mic, plug it in as low as you can get it, where it's still picking up your voice fine, without a ton of extra noise. Which I hope you're using a dynamic mic, man. That's all I gotta say.
Oh my god!
Let me pull up here. Ow. Fucking blast out my ears. Yeah, let me do this. Who's ready to see themselves? Yeah, you'll be seeing yourself repeatedly. Alright, guys. Here we fucking go. So you see this right here? Microphone, alright? I don't know why my taskbar isn't working. It hasn't been working very much recently. It's kind of annoying, actually. So, I've got, obviously, audio interface. Keep that as low as possible. You want your gains to be as low as possible at each stage of this. Using your usual vocal condenser. Okay. Condensers are fine. That's what I'm using, too. It's a nice, natural voice sound. I'm using, this bitch. A, Earthworks Icon Pro. I really need to fucking sound treat this room, though, so it sounds better than it does, because it doesn't sound amazing right now. Just imagine introducing someone to Linux with Gentoo. No. No. Don't do that, Walker Pierce. But anyway, as far as microphones go, so I'm actually pumping it through a separate external set of effects. But you can also do this with VSTs inside OBS. Yeah, it sounds... I'm sure it sounds good. I don't have my EQ set up, unfortunately. But as far as what you got going on, alright, cool. So I have my live audio production process is I have my noise gate, obviously, it's set to minus 40 decibels. You probably don't want much of an attack at all, and you want about 100 milliseconds of release. You could probably go a little bit longer or shorter, but that's for you to play with. And that just helps keep everything clean and when you don't have a bunch of extra gain and noise going on. Compressor, obviously, should be somewhere between 2 and 4 for the ratio. And this might be information you already know, Revere. I don't know, like, how much you know about this. I'm assuming if you do audio work fairly regularly, you have some idea of this, but I usually have my ratio somewhere between 2 and 4. Attacks at 5 milliseconds. It could probably come up a little bit, so I can get a little bit more, like, plosives and stuff in. Release still at 100 milliseconds. I don't really see an issue with that. Threshold, I have mine set at minus 25. I could probably bring that up a little bit, but it, helps even out your voice, you know the deal. And this one's set as a downward compression. You could technically set it as an upwards compression. It actually, if you want a good YouTuber to watch for all this stream tech shit, check out EpostVox. He has a video that, he has a bunch of videos on like pretty much everything on how OBS works. And a bunch of other like weird shit, like all the video encoders and everything. And I know a lot of my stuff just from watching his stuff. So there's a recommendation if you need one. EPOSVOX, EPOSVOX. Compressor, I barely know her. So then you got I don't put a sidechain on. I don't put a sidechain compressor on, although technically you can do that with like music or game audio if you wanted to do that. Again, you would have to figure out, you can do that in OBS without using all this external shit. But same idea. Just running VSTs for like equalizers and stuff. But I think OBS has a noise gate, a compressor. You can do sidechain compression. I think they're adding an equalizer with the next update. It's not going to be a very complicated one, but it's an equalizer. But I can't get VSTs to run in OBS for some reason because, I don't know, fuck Linux users. Which is why I'm using this. Otherwise, it would all be in OBS and I wouldn't have to worry about this. Just for when I'm using like Discord and shit. I keep my knee at around 6 decibels. I don't really mess with this much. Makeup gain, I don't have any makeup gain in here because I usually put the gain in OBS at the end of the chain. Then your EQ, you EQ your own voice. I'm not going to get into this. This is a whole mess. I might make a video on this one because this is a whole mess and I'm not very good at it either, but I can explain what I do normally. I just haven't done it recently because I had to reset a bunch of these settings. I wasn't aware that OBS can use VSTs. Yes, they have to be in a specific folder, and I don't remember what, because on Windows it's different, but you can set up OBS to use VSTs. It can use VST2 and I think VST3 files. So there you go. That helps. And then I have my limiter, obviously. I set it at, look ahead 5 milliseconds, attack 0.25 milliseconds, release 5 milliseconds. Like, limiter. Please put a limiter on. You do not want to be screaming into your mic and peeking like a motherfucker. I would rather just hear this! You know? Ah! That's why we gain stage properly, though. So we hopefully don't deal with that. I don't like their stock plugins at all. They're okay. They're serviceable. But they're not very good, I agree. And then you have your limiter. I think I have mine set. Where is mine set? Threshold minus 3 decibels. I usually have it at around minus 5. Sometimes it's a little bit lower or higher. And then the only thing I have on here, I occasionally swap over to limiter on here because sometimes my audio program bugs out. But I also just have a gain on here, so that obviously for the downwards compression, I just boost it after the fact. So that way, if the limiter cuts in, I'm not adding gain directly into the limiter. Because you don't want to add gain directly into the limiter. Just because that's going to sound bad. But yeah, so there's a lot of like little like, okay, cool, let me like make sure I don't have too much gain here, and then put the microphone audio into the computer, into OBS, or into the audio software. Just a lot of like messing with the gain as you go along to make sure shit isn't clipping. Same thing with my audio. I actually have my audio set up with a compressor on it as well. You can set this up to be a sidechain compressor, but I don't like doing that. I'd rather just have consistent game audio. And I realize I can't hear the fucking music now again because my computer bugged out. There we go. But yeah, I have, somewhere between like a 3 and a 5 for the ratio here. Drop the threshold down. I also have the gain down some here. But you get the general idea. There's a lot to it. And if you look on my my gameplay screen, if we studio mode over there. Oh, it isn't going to show it anyway. Okay, well, fuck me. Yeah, I have a compressor on my game audio as well. Around a 4 for the ratio and minus 26 decibels, and then I'll adjust the gain as I need. So that way, noises don't peak super high and then suddenly cut out my voice slightly, That's the idea there. You can also set up other little stuff, I guess, since we're talking about stream tech anyway. You can set up little web browser docs. So you can set a doc to basically any web page you want. In this case, the live chat that shows up for YouTube is just a web browser doc of the YouTube chat in particular, because you can like bump out that whole chat. And then you've got the clock here, which I just keep because sometimes I typically run this on my other monitor, which doesn't have my taskbar on it, so I don't get the taskbar clock. There's a bunch of other stuff I can go over, like this soundboard plugin and other plugins that I use, but I think that's good for now. I genuinely think at some point, maybe not today, but maybe I'll start writing up a little like script or something, so you guys have some idea of what's going on, and then maybe I'll just put out the script along with the video. Who knows? But yeah, that's sort of a really basic rundown of what I do normally. And we're gonna head back to fucking Wario Land, or Wario World. Is it on HDMI 1 or 2? I don't remember. 1. Okay. Yeah, no, I totally get it. I hadn't considered writing it up before, mostly because I like making videos and YouTube channels. Yeah, dude, no problem. I'm happy to run through any of my stream tech stuff if you got any fucking questions. And even if you just got questions about other stuff, like, hey, how would you go about doing this? Like, I'm not perfectly knowledgeable in any of this stuff. Absolutely not. But I know enough about it after doing it for years that, like, I think I can help some. The big thing being, like, I'm trying to think when I actually started streaming. It had to be, like, The first time I technically streamed was 2015, I think. And that was while I was at college because I didn't have internet access to really... I didn't have proper internet access in my house. It was all cell-based, cell database. So I didn't really I just didn't have that option to stream at my house. So I started doing it at school and I really liked it. And then we didn't get internet access here at my house until... we didn't get internet access here in my garage with my Lamborghini. I don't know why that popped into my head, but... The Ram's just diving off the cliff. But I didn't really get internet access here until probably... It was 2020. It had to be 2020. Because that was when we had to swap over. I actually had to do, like, work from home stuff. Like, I had to do all my schoolwork at home. And there was just nowhere open. I was hoping I could maybe go to, like, you know, some cafe or something that was open, but everything was shut down. I was kind of SOL. And all the teachers were figuring it out too, so it was a wild time overall. I love the momentum-based physics here. Yeah, it was fine for what it was. It was frustrating, yes, but ultimately I found things to do. I would hook up my phone to my computer as a hotspot and use it for cell data. What a weird year. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I met a lot of good people that year, which unfortunately I don't speak to anymore for several reasons. But it's why I started streaming. A lot of them were a fucking inspiration. Not just streaming, obviously. There was other friends as well that I had met. Let me up. Spider Atticus. Use a dash attack in the tug of war. Got it. Yeah, we all came back jaded and grumpy, and honestly, COVID very much changed the world, even though people are... And it's still changing the world. People are still fucking getting infected with it. Like, people are still dealing with the issues of, like, long COVID, and even just, like, people are just ignoring, like, symptoms. People are ignoring the fact that COVID's still pretty rampant overall, you know? It looks like an RPG Maker character on PS2. Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. Ooh, 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 ooh. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, like, I don't know. Walker Pierce, we were talking about the theme for next year. I really have no idea. Maybe we just give some more chill platformers a go again. I'm really not sure. I wish there was more Devil May Cry games to play, but ultimately I think the only thing I could really do right now that would be interesting would be going back to play, like, Devil May Cry, like, 2 again for Lucia's story. Or maybe learn how to speedrun DMC 1. I have been thinking about that for a while. There's a lot of fucking fruits on this thing. Klonoa. If I can get a copy of Klonoa, yes, but I like to run things on actual hardware. Obscure platformers. Klonoa's not that obscure. I guess it's a little obscure. I mean, like, I always take the word obscure with a grain of salt because I hear about so much shit. But that's also just the realm that I live in. I very much appreciate, like, obscure video games. People talking about stuff that they're passionate about, you know? Like, that's sort of where I like to exist in. Nights into Dreams. I got a buddy of mine who has Christmas nights, actually. I should fucking... I've been meaning to talk to Richard for a while now, and I keep forgetting. He's literally 2 minutes up the road. Yeah, it's more a hidden gem. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Or I could play old shitty games. For a while, not last year, but I think a little bit of the time the year before that, a lot of what I was doing was just... A lot of what I was playing was really weird fucking, like, shitty, like, sponsored platformers. I haven't done that in a while. But I'll play stuff like Pepsi Man, like, they're just sponsored games in general, like the Chester Cheetah games. Alright, let's get back through here. Like, there was a bunch of stuff that I was playing. Yeah, Pepsi Man. Pepsi Man was the big meme for a while. That was my raid. Notification when I was over on Twitch. Sneak King. Thank you for the Virgil.
Oh my god!
There you go. Yeah, I love Not Sponsored. Not Sponsored, by the way, was very fun. I miss doing it. Sneak King I've done. I've done all the Burger King games at this point, I think. Did I do Big Bumpin'? I might have missed Big Bumpin'. Yeah, we might have to still do Big Bumpin'. Alright, what am I missing and where? 7 out of 8 of the statue bits. We did not. I kept pushing for it. It's just something that, like, there's so many fucking games I want to play, man. There's always so many games I want to play. And don't get me wrong, I love all of them every time I play them. Yeah, we'll have to do some Big Bumpin'. Alright. Maybe after Wario World? Yeah, we can do Big Bumpin'. I'm down for that. If somebody reminds me in the Discord when we finish up Wario World, I will do Big Bumpin' next. I'll make that a promise. Problem is reminding myself to do shit half the time. Oh, okay. The racing one, yeah, the racing one was fun. One of the best clips on my fucking channel is just the bit of me beating the game and then making a way too big of a deal out of it, playing fucking Meatball Parade. I almost said Sausage Party because I'm thinking of that. Gotta do chores. Alright, cheers, bud. Revere, take it easy. Have a good night. Have a good day. Hope you have a good week, man, if I don't catch you. Yeah, the racing one was very funny. I enjoyed that game. It's just very silly. At least when you restart the level like this, you don't have to do the mini-bosses again. I mean, that's here, obviously. But yeah, I think we'll finish up this level. I'm getting kind of hungry, so I'm thinking we'll finish up this level. It's also like 1 o'clock for me, so I think I'm going to finish up this level and eat some food. Hop off stream. I might go get that smoothie. Or some fucking sushi, honestly. I would love some sushi. It is nice to have at least a little bit of variety up here. Unfortunately, just where I live, kind of the middle of fuck all nowhere. Not that that's always the worst thing ever. But sometimes it does mean that I just don't have a whole lot of options as far as food or really much of anything. The chores are coming to do him. Gotta watch your phrasing there, bud. Maybe one of these days I'll just make a big fucking video and I'll just be like, hey, here's all the fucking cool people who stream, who I think that you guys should watch if you're looking for somebody to stream. The world bosses are usually pretty short. Yeah, it's not like it's gonna be a super long fight or anything, so I'm cool with that. I don't know why they bothered to put them in. Maybe just because they had more boss designs than they had level designs. And they were like, well, we gotta do something with them. I like the magnet bit. It's a very creative little thing. This flower should, like, just go up here, right? They've never shown them doing anything different than that. Yeah, it just goes back up here. But I can't think of a reason why you'd need to go back up here. Ah! Okay, yeah, I missed some stuff down the cliff face. Which is what they said earlier with the, like, hey, the bottom of the cliff is pretty fucking cool, isn't it? I am a fucking genius. Come on. Ah, okay. There's the blue chest. Cool. So now we're just missing the treasure at the end and one of the statues that I have no idea where it is. But we're also missing a... Yeah, we're missing a crystal, so I bet it's in there, wherever that thing is. Jungle. This doesn't feel like a jungle, I'll admit. If that was the goal... Beanstalk Way. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be a jungle. Kinda. I can understand kinda the vibes they were going for, but I don't know. I don't know, I think ultimately I just have too many interests. Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, I need to really narrow my fucking interests down. And I keep having to do this, like, I have to, like, actively narrow my interests down is the thing. Because if I just am like, yeah, I need to stop thinking about so many things. You know, I need to stop thinking about doing so many things and just do things and enjoy them. Yeah, I'd like to do more photography. No, this time of year is not really conducive to it because of my work schedule and, you know, the lack of sunlight. It kind of feels like a jungle. I can get it. I can understand. I just don't know if I necessarily agree entirely. Oh. Did you say expand your horizons? Yeah, I mean, like, I think that's the thing. I think I have expanded my horizons too far, and now I'm in like decision paralysis almost, where I'll go and do a thing, and then I'll be like, no, I gotta go do this other thing. Like, I got equipment to make music ages ago, and I've made approximately one song, and I haven't really touched it since like the middle of November. Part of that was because I had to restart, or I had to reset up my computer. So admittedly, there's that. But still. Still missing a treasure. But it's at the very end. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I want to do photography, and I want to do music, and I want to keep doing my stream stuff, and I want to make videos. And it's like, I gotta just fucking pick a thing, dude. I gotta pick a thing, and I gotta do it. You know? I think that's the big thing. There we go. Yep, and there's the last... Yep, I think we're good. I think that's everything. We're all good. It should be everything. Oh, it's a GBA. Yeah, I can feel my voice starting to go too. Probably just because I yelled really loudly for a minute there. But yeah, I mean, I just have too many interests. I have too many things I want to be doing. Like, I want to learn, I want to play instruments too. And then not just, like, make music as much as I enjoyed composing music. I want to learn how to, like, I want to learn how to, like, play a couple of these instruments properly too. I didn't realize this was going to be a bit, huh? Ah! And now we get to fight. I don't know. Insert Monster Hunter joke here. And Wario sits there scratching his ass. He's like, wow, that's a pretty powerful spider. That's a cool looking thing. Oh, he's got combat boots on. He's got combat, like, slippers. That's kind of disorienting. Yeah, Nursilla, I guess. Spider! Spiders! Yeah, if you guys actually, you know what? I'm gonna say that right now, and I'll say it again at the end of stream. If you guys want to do a if you guys want me to add specific memes to the rotation of things that could potentially play during the bot, I can just add like an exclamation point meme command. Or I can try and set up hotkeys for each of them, but that's going to take way longer, and I really kind of don't want to do that. Because I can basically just add them in like I would Virgil. With a little window that pops up. Although it takes a little bit more effort to do that, I think I've got it set up in a process that makes sense now. I love the laugh here because the laugh here that Wario does comes off as more, it comes off as more like mischievous almost. Get him with the suplex! I can't suplex because I can't jump on the webs. Which makes sense, honestly. Most accurate spider. Oh, that was the other thing that happened yesterday during D&D. The fucking, we had to fight a spider swarm as level 1s with no AoE. So I basically just had to wait. We had to pull the spider, but... So the spiders were in a thicket that we needed to get berries from. So we can't just torch the thicket. So we had to get somebody to go in there, get the spiders, and then pull the spiders out of the thicket. And then light the spiders on fire by setting a ring of fire around the guy's summon that he had used to, like, pull all the spiders out. Because we had no AoE. None of us had AoE. And also, the person who was playing a summoner... So the party is, like... The summoner has very good stats in everything. But also doesn't really know how to play the game that well. And so they're kind of getting lost because, you know, Pathfinder summoners are pretty much one of the most complex classes to play. So they're kind of trying to figure that out. And the entire time they're trying to figure that out, I have bad stats and don't have very good spells because I'm a witch at level 1. So I just don't have many good spells to work off of. And the other two are pure melee. Neither of which have particularly good constitution. So we're just kind of a really awkward party, and we don't have any survival skills. That's the other thing. We have 0 survival skills. So it's just a really awkward party overall, because this is a wilderness campaign at the moment. Yo. Big beefy right here. Level 0 regular guy, pretty much. Uppercut. Oh, okay. I see. Neat. I like him. He's got fucking style. This game has very weird bosses. What are you supposed to do to him? You're just supposed to wait for that third attack? Can you do anything with the charge attack? He just guards it. Maybe I can hit him higher up and then he tilts over? No? I mean, all I can really do is charge at him and punch him, and neither of those things are working because I can't grab him like this. Oh, okay. I see. You gotta do the same thing he tried to do to you. Okay. No, that makes sense. He's just got a fire... Like, he can just shoot fucking fire out of his hooves. This is like this... We made a Street Fighter character. But he's a cow. That's what happened here. We made a Street Fighter character that's a cow. It's gonna take fucking ages to do, huh? Okay, yeah. So we don't actually get to do any cool finishers with him. We just gotta dunk him in lava. He's literally too powerful to be beat otherwise. He is too strong. Gotta admit, good boss. I love Wario bosses that are very much like just, hey, what if we made this guy... I like Wario because Wario is a boss, like, obviously... Or Wario as a character, obviously, is extremely strong. He's literally throwing around things that are like 4 or 5 times his weight easily. Like, nothing happened, you know? So when you get a boss like this who's literally stronger than Wario in, like, every conceivable way, and you can't really hurt him, and you actually got to use the environment to your advantage, even though it's in a way that is kind of counterintuitive because Wario is simply not that... Like, Wario can manipulate the environment in ways that you wouldn't expect because he's so strong. And so that ends up being the way that you defeat the enemy. You know, I think it's just neat. And you see this sort of thing a lot in Wario games. But usually it's just you beating the fuck out of somebody. It's refreshing when you see these sorts of stuff, or these sorts of things. The burger beater. Yeah, we can make like a whole pro wrestling match for this. I don't know how that spin attack hits me. That's another thing. As much as I love the idea of spin attacks being like a really powerful thing, they really shouldn't be. Like, yeah, you have a lot of momentum, but you don't have any way to keep that momentum going. Once you hit a thing, you're just gonna dead stop most of the time. God damn it. You're just gonna dead stop most of the time. I still say Wario's physically stronger, the cow just has higher defense. Okay, fair. Fair enough. Adios. Damn, now I'm hungry. I want to cook this cow. Yeah, and you punch him once. He's like, nope, can't do it. Yep, it is the beef grinder. Yeah, it is because spinning looks cool. I wholeheartedly agree. It is rule of cool in that sense. Ugh. Okay. No, it 100% is rule of cool. But like physically, it doesn't make any sense for spinning attacks. Plus, you're spinning. You're turning your back to your opponent. But regardless, just gonna leave that. Anyway, so now we got World 4 next week. I'm done this week though. I'm hungry. I want food. But we can go chill for a minute. I'm gonna go save again, just to be sure, because you know, every game with a memory card. Would you like to save? Yes. Okay. Yes, I'd like to save again. Every time, man. You gotta. Part of the ritual. What ritual? I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway. Good vibe today. Good vibe. Appreciate everybody who was in here hanging out. Vortica, glad you could finally catch a stream. Revere, you're probably not here anymore unless you're lurking, but cheers, man. Good stream. Happy my camera's working fine. The 30-minute live view time limit is much less of an issue than I thought it was going to be. I basically just have to reach around and hit a button on the camera every, like, 25 minutes or so. So I think I'm fine with that. I'm going to get a cable here to fix it in a couple days. It's just going to be, like, a simple soldering job. And then I can do that. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Yeah, Wario World's great. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to keep playing and finish it up here. Yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out. You guys, take care of yourselves. Be safe. Let's do the funny thing. I can't just mute this normally, so I just have to drag this down. Alright, guys. You know the deal. Eat your grains. Drink your cereal. Make sure you're getting plenty of water. Okay? Get your sunlight. Go fucking touch grass. I've been off Twitter for a couple days now, and honestly, best thing of my life. Every fucking time I quit Twitter for a while, I'm like, yep, this is great. Fuck it. I'm gonna go back on to, like, log on, post my schedule, and leave again. I should set that up as an automation. Set up automated things in your life, actually. That's a good idea. Bears can't run downhill. They actually can. That's a myth. Bears can also climb trees. Black bears can climb trees, okay? If you see a black bear, don't climb a tree. It's not gonna save you. You just made yourself easy lunch. If you're ever walking down a highway, make sure to stay as far on the shoulder as possible, okay? People are fucking crazy. And walk on the opposite side of the highway. Have the people coming towards you. That way you know what's happening at the very least. You know, if you're gonna die in a horrible fucking accident, you may as well see it coming. Or I don't know, maybe you don't want to see it coming. Who knows? This has been Life Advice with Tralna. Alright, take care of yourselves, be safe, have a good week. I will see you on Friday next week. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. You better take care of yourself. Okay, I'm telling you.